We are back officially next Monday. This
Sure.
is a sneak week, but there is a launch party next week, Ham.
Just a sneaky weekend. We thought we'd just come back on, test the mics, test out the old speaking pipes.
Yep.
See if everything's in order. So far, having a great time. Here's something we did on radio last year, of course. We weren't in the drive slot, but we're still floating around doing bits and pieces. And it's a segment that really provided a huge outlet to a lot of people.
Absolutely.
And I think restored a lot of faith in this, quote unquote, the system.
Absolutely. It's designed to bring down the man or men if there's a mob at the top.
Or evil women. I mean, there's no immunity.
Exactly.
There's no immunity. The segment is named Hamish Blows Something Wide Open.
Yep.
And it's really where I scour the landscape and I find a half-truth, a quarter-truth, sometimes they're even as low as 20% of a truth.
A lie?
An injustice, a scoundrel,
A robber?
a crook,
A thief?
I would blow open a thief, yes, a rascal, I blow open trickery,
Rat bags? Where do you sit on rat bags?
I would blow that open.
Would you?
I wouldn't blow open sneakiness. I mean, because that's what we're doing this
that,
week.
yeah.
One of the big rules on blowing something wide open is I can't blow open ourselves.
Yes.
So when I said before there is no immunity,
there's
turns out there's some immunity. But when it comes rustlers,
Wrestlers?
not
If there's-
wrestlers. I mean, WWF if you're scamming people, errors, idiots. I'd blow open an idiot if you're dumb enough to have made a mistake and I've caught you.
Yeah.
And look, here's the thing. I'm one man, and I launched this crusade against these people to try and shine the light of truth upon them. But I am only one man, and I do investigate, and you'd back this up, I investigate these cases very, very deeply.
Yeah.
Super, and that's quite time-consuming.
And you get held up in paperwork?
I'm always in the office. I got a stack of paperwork. I'm chasing up leads. I'm trying to file things properly. Don't wind it up, Jack. People need to know this.
Yeah.
I'm just giving people an insight into what because people hear the blown wide open and they go, terrific. It's like probably watching Current Affair and they go, good, got him. They don't understand all the hours of manpower that happen.
And I think a Current Affair carry on a bit too much about how much hours they're doing.
That's the thing. I mean, the people you turn on 60 Minutes go, oh, I went to Syria, did you? That's interesting. No, it was very hard. And a lot of the reporters are at risk. Very similar to what I'm doing. Putting myself at risk, really exposing myself and my family to all sorts of dangers by digging into dark corners and shining a light on things that like being in the dark, Ando. And that's why I say, look to people, if you do have a lead, hamishandandy.com, please feel free to give it to me. I might not get to it.
No.
Because I'm very, and I have heaps of my own. I don't need them. But, do send them in, and I'll just cross-reference it if it's something that I've already got.
But don't send generic ones.
Please don't send generic ones. That is one of the other caveats. Don't send the fortune cookie one about how that's actually Japanese, not Chinese. I'm looking for more specific ones. Like last year, a great blow wide open was a young girl that worked at Faster Pasta.
Yeah.
And I don't actually think she named Faster Pasta. I might have accidentally done that now. But they had a pepper grinder there, and you were encouraged to offer someone cracked pepper. But the pepper kernels were very expensive.
Yeah.
And look, I don't think I'm not saying this happens globally across all Faster Pastas. I think it was a specific manager. They were putting powdered pepper in the pepper grinder.
It might not have even been
pretending that it was harder to grind as a way of saving money for that particular Faster
And the
Pasta.
thing is, they wouldn't be doing it anymore. They wouldn't be doing it anymore
because I blew it wide open, which is why it's time for...
Stand back! She's set to blow!
Look out!
Fire in the hole! Hamish is blowing this wide open! Amazing!
He's done it again!
Oh, what a great guy.
Look, like we said, this is the segment that shines the truth laser on people.
Yeah.
And on crooks. Here's the thing, Ando. It's and I'm like I said, hamishandandy.com if you've got any.
What's today's?
I don't need them. Well, I'm just looking at the bloody time.
Can we please get to today?
Well, have we gone?
We've got time. No,
No. Here's what I think I'll do for today.
Okay.
I give a 1 week warning to crooks. I'm a harsh man, but I'm a fair man. And you know what? I think in the fight versus good and evil, and I'm not just saying this because I haven't got one, but do send them in hamishandandy.com. In the fight versus good and evil, I'm giving you a fair 1 week warning,
it's a
crooks.
7-day tidy up. morning.
And then, because
Clean up your
next
act.
week, I will bring the hammer down with a vengeance on the one I was going to do today.
Yeah. It's Hamish and Andy. Good afternoon, everyone. Hamish and Andy to drive you home, and excited to be doing so. Big show, Ham.
Special treat for everyone today, and on the show.
Yes.
I will blow something wide open.
Really?
Yes, I've decided it's time.
Normally done on a Monday. We didn't do it on Monday this week.
And I think, if
Now,
you've not
if-
heard this segment
yeah, sorry.
before, I mean, this is where I expose a lie, a half-truth, a crook, a criminal, a scam, a sham. Many, many things can be blown wide open, Ando. Last week on the show, on the Monday, I think everyone thought I was going to blow something wide open, and I did something very generous.
You gave the crooks a week
I
off.
gave the crooks a week off, not because I didn't have enough cases to prosecute.
Yeah.
I must stress that. I've got such a backlog.
Yep.
Keep them coming in, HamishAndy.com.
But you don't need them.
Don't need them. Love to see them, though, just so I know I'm doing a good job. But I gave the crooks a week off, like Batman going, all right, Gotham, you've got 1 week, and then I start getting you.
Batman didn't do that, though. He
He
normally
should.
just goes out. He doesn't give everyone a free week.
And it just shows what a professional I am. And I think a lot of people... I think a lot of people thought, when I didn't do it on Monday, that the crooks have been given another week off.
Yep.
But they haven't, because someone's getting blown wide open today. It's after 5 o'clock, and if you're a crook, you should be absolutely rattling in your boots.
Yeah, tie up all tomfoolery by 5.
Shred, shred, shred. Start shredding those documents. Burn it down.
Pam.
Crooks, beggars, liars, and thieves.
Yep. Shoplifters.
Not beggars, actually. Unless that's a front and you're actually well off.
Yes.
And therefore it's a lie. Shoplifters.
Yep. Villains.
Scammers.
Yep.
Cower before thee. For I am Hamish Blake, and I ride a truth eagle with justice lasers shining from its eyes.
Pilferers.
I will find out what you've been up to, and I will not shirk from exposing you in the now world-famous segment.
Where do you stand on Tomb Raiders?
Hamish blows something wide open. Sorry.
Where do you stand on Tomb Raiders?
Tomb Raiders are terrible.
Okay.
I'll blow that wide open.
Yep.
They blew open a tomb. How can they expect me to keep their secrets?
Sure. Just wanted to check.
Actresses that have played Tomb Raiders.
Yeah.
No, I will not blow you wide open.
Swindlers.
Swindlers, yeah. Scoundrels, same bag. Swindlers and scoundrels in the same bag, so they qualify.
What about bandits?
Yes, unless you're a very charismatic bandit, and I could use you I
you're
could
right.
flip you, and you could give me info on other bandits.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd welcome you in as an
Informer.
informant.
Yep.
But in the end, I would have to blow you wide open as a rat.
So this is the well, people. You've just said that what you're going to do to people that you flip to informants now, so they probably won't do that for you.
I probably have cut off any informants that were going to flip. Yes, I understand, but it's my job, Ando, as a seeker of truth, to blow things wide open in a segment called
Stand back! He's set to blow!
Look out!
Fire in the hole! Hamish is blowing this wide open! Amazing!
He's done it again.
Oh, what a great guy.
Ando, as you know, there are so many double crosses and
Conspiracies?
conspiracies and concealings that are happening in the world.
Yeah, sorry.
I
Cover-ups.
alone, I think the term is concealings.
Sure,
I
yeah.
alone cannot prosecute all these wrongdoers.
No.
So, whilst I do 99% of the work, I do the bulk of the investigating. From time to time, people will email in to add. Like I say, I don't need them.
You do?
Because I got an absolute ton coming in. HamishAndy.com, though, do hit up the contact form there, and please do give me blow wide opens. Don't give me well-known ones that can be found on Snopes.com. So I am doing my absolute best to blow things wide open here, mate. So here's a rare time I will take a case from someone that's
Really?
from one of my field agents.
Yeah, okay. Bear in mind, this is the first one you've had for 9 months.
Jack, have you got the dynamite?
Yeah. He's got
Has the debt cord been laid?
It's all ready to go when you're ready, sir.
I'm not quite ready yet. Let me present the case first, Ando,
Sure.
to you. This is from a young man who's out there in the field that shares the same passion for truth that I do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just call him Tim Clixby.
Okay.
Tim
A truth tenant.
works for an office supplies chain.
Sure.
Okay. I shan't name them
No.
because this is not their crime.
Okay, that's all right.
It's paper companies' crimes.
Sure.
This, I have it on good authority from, let's just call him Tim Clixby.
Yep.
Have it on very good authority that all
Hang on,
paper...
is his name Tim?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
That all paper companies are pulling a Swiftie on us.
Really?
When you buy a ream of 500 sheets
Yep.
for your printer, you ever count that ream, Ando? You ever just double check when you crack it open, pop it in the
Nah,
photocopier?
Never done a ream count.
I don't think I've done a ream count. Jack, you ever counted a ream?
Never counted a ream.
Were you to count the ream, gentlemen, you would find between 498 and 499 pieces of paper.
Between?
Or spot on, either of those.
There's a half sheet in there?
Not the advertised 500.
Right.
It's a well-known trick used in the paper ream selling business to save one sheet per ream, and over time, that adds up, my friend.
New bomb, I think. That's an improved bomb. That seemed to go for a long time.
Quite a tail on it, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Because, I mean, every
been
paper
blown.
company's just been blown wide open.
Absolutely.
Count your sheets, guys, and if you're not happy, you drive straight back to the paper seller. And I just blew something wide open.
Yeah.
Did I not? I blew open the fact that in a ream of 500 sheets of printer paper, most of the time there's 498 or 499 because the paper companies think we're too dumb to bother counting.
Nick has called in.
Nick, I usually don't let people refute a blow wide open case because I'm straight on to the next one and I don't want to get bogged down in the appeals process. But what's on your mind, Nick?
I just wanted to bring to your attention that the 1 to 2 pieces of paper that's missing is accounted for the paper that the paper is wrapped in.
No.
Not good enough, Nick. You can't print on that. I mean, you can use it for doodles and shopping lists, but are you saying that the top layer of the wrapping and the bottom layer of the wrapping should count in the ream?
Yeah, that's what it is.
No, it's not what
It
it
can't-
is. Nick. How do you know? What authority?
I did know someone that worked at Officeworks, and it's
Rare that someone's put in less work than Hamish.
You're making me look great, Nick. Nick, you've kicked down my door to attempt to blow me open, but in return, I've blown you open, sir, and the case remains blown apart.
Very unfair on Nick. He doesn't have a sound effects board. But it's
If you want to blow me open, Nick, you fire off your explosion now.
we thought so.
1-0. Gave you a fair chance. This is like being on AM radio where you can just shut the people up and rant at them.
So Daddy drive you home.
Thank you, Nick.
Haim, you're going to blow something wide open later on, which is very exciting. That's where you really take down halves, truths, crooks.
Crooks, scoundrels, villains. Not exciting for the villains, Ando.
No.
They probably thought they got away with it because I was meant to blow something wide open yesterday.
No, but why didn't you?
I was still collating the evidence, and now I think I've got an airtight case against someone.
Tell you
I
what.
forgot my computer. Ando, you know me, flying around on my Truth Eagle.
Yep.
Shining justice lasers from its eyes as I scour the nation, and sometimes internationally,
Yeah.
the globe, and interstellar, if necessary.
Yep.
If I find a sneaky satellite, trying to blow things wide open, trying to uncover scams and scoundrels and crooks and
Yep.
villains and idiots and
Hustlers.
bozos.
Rustlers.
But only bozos who are dumb enough to commit a crime. If you're just a bozo at home making a lot of mistakes and you're not hurting anyone, I won't blow you wide open. I'll pity you.
Yeah.
But if you're a bozo
That's-
who's
may
slipped
hurt-
up
and may hurt other people.
others
Yep.
and you're a public threat, I will blow you wide open.
Yep. Scoundrels.
Oh, of course, they're my number one target. And today, I think I found one, Ando.
Stand back! She's set to blow!
Look out!
Fire in the hole! Hamish is blowing this wide open! Amazing!
He's done it again!
Oh, what a great guy. Ando. Now, you know me.
Yeah,
I
very well.
apologise this is happening to you on a Wednesday. I've been a little snowed under this week trying to chase down leads. And
You forgot your computer yesterday and you had it on.
who's this guy, Jack? What a silly accusation to make. If you didn't have amnesty and I could blow you wide open, I would have blown you open for that falsehood.
Really?
But it is good to have the computer back.
I'd be blowing you back. I mean, that's
Oh, the best of friends.
a shame I said that.
Very, very close team. Ando, the thing is, it's lovely to have the computer back and access to my files again, even though I had it with me yesterday. Here's the thing. I'm constantly on the lookout for new cases. That's why I need my computer, which gives me access to my emails. But I do warn people. I mean, please do send them in at hamishandy.com, always. But I warn you, I've got so many. I'm not desperate.
So you don't need them?
Send them in. It might be good for you to feel like you've helped out, but I'd be lucky to get to it because I've got so many files.
Definitely send them
But
in,
do
guys.
keep them coming in,
Not the
and
generic
not just generic ones you can find online. I want scandals that you have personal experience with. But but see if I can get to them. Send them in. So this is from a truth lieutenant, codenamed Daft Skunk.
Good.
Okay, he's from Adelaide. Mm-hmm. Look at this. He said, look, there's a cafe in the Adelaide metropolitan area that advertises free Wi-Fi inside. Okay. And that's quite normal. I think that's pretty standard.
More cafes are trying to lure people in with free Wi-Fi.
I think Starbucks kind of started it.
Yep.
And they were great because they were like,
the only ones.
We don't even care if you buy anything here. That was their generous sort of gift. A lot of the time you have to buy something and you get like that crappy piece of paper and it's difficult to log
And it was
onto.
also before smartphones really came around.
That's true. Yeah, it was like this was a big deal to have the internet outside your house. Anyway, this Adelaide cafe, they're going free Wi-Fi. He's like, oh, great. So he's gone inside and they've said to him, you don't even need to buy anything. And he's going, oh, great, I'm in one of the generous cafes that'll just let me jump on their Wi-Fi. He's opened up his Wi-Fi tab on the computer and it shows all the networks available. And he said to him, which one do I... What do I log into? The cafe name's not here. What's your network called? And they go, oh no, you can just log on to the free Adelaide City Wi-Fi, which is citywide. Guys, that ain't free Wi-Fi.
That's not free
That's
Wi-Fi.
like free oxygen. That's available to everyone.
I feel like you should name the cafe to actually blow someone wide open.
Smith's Cafe. That's not, he doesn't include the name. Sorry if there is a Smith's Cafe in Adelaide. Huge show, Ando.
Huge show.
So much to get through. And, mate, you would have noticed something fairly interesting about yesterday's show. Something a little vacant.
Yeah, a little lacking. I did. Obviously, it comes down to you blowing something wide open. It happens on a Monday.
Usually happens on a Monday.
But I don't know what you were thinking, but I'm predicting that you
Just need a little more time to fact check.
recklessly you're trying to keep the bandits on their toes.
Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't strike the same time. It's like going when you're camping near crocodiles. You don't keep going into the river at the same time
spot.
every day. The crocodiles learn that pattern and they'll get you. And I'm dealing with issues that are a lot nastier than a crocodile when I try and blow something wide open-handed because I take firm aim at cheats, scoundrels, rip-off merchants, bastards, nuisances. Just a much lower form of bastard.
Crooks, I would
Crooks,
say.
bandits.
Plunderers.
I don't like plundering.
Looters, unless I've said it already.
No, I'm well against that.
Yep.
You get the idea. Half-truths, cover-ups, or lies are mainly my mainly who's directly within the sights of the Truth Eagle as I fly around on the Truth Eagle with justice laser beams coming out of its eyes as I attempt to blow something wide open. And even though I didn't get to do it yesterday because I was fact checking, it is now time for.
Stand back! She's set to blow!
Look out!
Fire in the hole! Hamish is blowing this wide open! Amazing!
He's done it again!
Oh, what a great guy.
The beauty about it, Ham, is it can be a big corporation, it can be a small-time thief.
Yep.
You will run, you'll fly over all of them on your Truth Eagle.
True. And
identify
sometimes,
them.
like last week, to the untrained eye, I didn't have one. Or I didn't do one. But again, I say to you, do you really think the military tells you about every mission it goes on?
Yeah.
How do you know I'm not out there just blowing someone open middle of the night, kicking down the door, blowing them open with a megaphone? You don't know.
People don't know.
You don't know. So, but anyway, this is a public one, and I don't need extra help. I don't need people to send. It's not that I'm getting double ups of generic ones from online, but HamishAndy.com, do send them in if you have specific
ones. Please
knowledge.
don't make them
Don't
generic.
send generic ones. Specific knowledge of something that needs to be blown wide open. I don't need them.
No.
But maybe it will help you get it off your chest. But I've certainly got a stack that I'm working through and fact checking.
Yeah, but send them in.
But keep them coming in. Jump on the line now. If you've got one in your head, don't wait till later. You might forget it. But I don't need them.
Yeah.
Ando, this came in from a Truth Eagle. More of a Truth Sparrow. Guy flying around on his Truth Sparrow. A guy called Sam. He went to his local servo. Okay. And at the service station, they have a box called the Manager's Special. And he'd been enjoying it. If it's been picked by the manager, who would know the produce better than anyone, it's like a chef's suggestion.
Yeah.
So there's chips and chocolate bars and stuff in the manager's specials box. He had been enjoying chips from the manager's specials box until he looked at the back one time and he realised they were 6 months out of date. The chips. Highly illegal.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of the service station, but I thought, look, I can't just blow this open on air. I, as I said, need to fact check. So earlier today, was able to call Sam to verify this story because that's
what
how professional I am.
Hello?
Is that Sam?
Yes, it is.
Sam, it's Hamish from Hamish and Andy here. How you going?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good. Did you just change your voice?
Yeah, sorry, that was my friend answered the phone, actually, because it was a blocked ID.
I appreciate your willingness to try and stay anonymous because you've blown quite a loud whistle, and I want you to know that the Truth Falcon has heard it.
Well, I appreciate that, Truth Falcon, because I was not happy when I found out about the date.
I just need to state, whilst I can't legally mention the name of the service station on air, can you give me the location where the service station is?
It's in Moralia, New South Wales.
Moralia, New South Wales. And how far out of date are the goods in the manager's selection?
Some that were up to 5 months out of date, chips.
Unbelievable. Obviously, I don't really have the manpower at the time because I'm investigating so many cases at the moment. Can't really get out there and verify it, but I will blow it open off your testimony. Do you swear by Jesus to God that this is 100% fact and state your reputation as a truth seeker on it?
I swear it is true. I swear it is true.
Good enough for me, man.
Was he a religious guy? Or
I don't know.
what about the other service stations in that area?
Well, they've been caught in the blast. I can't, mate, I'm not a stealth bomber. I'm sort of rocking this is going to happen. These are clumsy explosives sometimes. It's more important for me that I blow the whole world open and maybe I take down a few innocent businesses.
Who are you, Kim Jong-un, all of a sudden?
Yeah, I never promised pinpoint accuracy. I'm just blowing open generally businesses in that area. I don't have time for pinpoint accuracy. And, on a Monday, I like to hit the ground running.
Yep.
A lot of police departments and law enforcement agencies traditionally take a Monday off.
Yep.
Because they're exhausted
Yeah.
after what's been a big weekend of, especially Saturday night.
Gardening and stuff.
Well, no, they just, the cops are bloody buggered after.
Oh, sorry, they're working on the weekend.
Oh, they're working flat out,
yep.
bars
And then
and stuff
take-
and drunks and all that sort of stuff. And then
they
they're
take
pooped.
one. Yep.
So you're often, Mondays are traditionally an armistice between crooks and cops to let everyone have a rest after a big weekend of crime and law enforcement. But I do not.
No.
I do not take the Monday law enforcement holiday. In fact, I work twice as hard. Because that's the way I run my justice department, Ando. People that have listened to this show for a while would know I do enjoy blowing things wide open. As soon as I get a sniff of a crook or a scoundrel or a half-truth,
Embezzlers?
a third truth, an embezzler, a devil,
Oh,
or a demon.
poachers?
I don't like poaching. I don't like hunting in any capacity, but certainly unlicensed.
Yeah.
Even if you're poaching corn or a crop.
Egg.
Egg poachers, I would... In my head, I'm still thinking of the poachers who steal things.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
And I thought you meant stealing eggs from hens when you weren't
I was
allowed to, rather
referring
than
to that.
the method of cooking an egg.
No, I was referring to stealing
This
the eggs from
is
hens.
the segment where I do like to shine a justice laser on them. And the justice laser comes directly out of both eyes of my Truth Eagle, and I fly around town searching for these misdemeanors in a segment called...
Stand back! She's set to blow!
Look out!
Fire in the hole! Hamish is blowing this wide open! Amazing!
He's done it again.
Oh, what a great guy. Couple of bits of testimony there, bits of feedback from the public who appreciate me keeping the streets safe. Now, Ando,
Choose my own and blow wide open today. Isn't
you
it?
have an option of what you would like blown open today, because whilst I am one man, as you know, I get far too many cases. I find far too many cases myself.
Yes.
I get a few tips here and there. Sure, a couple of rats, a couple of sparrows whisper a few things in my ears, but by and large, I'm out there uncovering leads, holding my forearm up to people's necks and yelling, "Tell me the truth."
But do send them in to hamishnetty.com.
Hey, definitely keep them coming in. hamishnetty.com really need them. No, don't need them though,
No.
because but please don't send in generic ones
yeah.
like do you know fortune cookies are actually Japanese? I'm
we
sick of
don't
that
care.
stuff. I mean, I did do that once, but it's it was quickly pointed out to me by Andy that's a common bit of trivia.
yeah.
So yeah, no trivia, more specific stuff to you that you've found.
But you don't need them.
But I don't need them, so don't send them in. But do if you want. Or even call me now, 131060. I'll get people to take them down, but I don't need them. And here's the thing, though: I'm so inundated with all these leads I've found myself that I am giving you the option today of blowing open a person or a people's or a product. People's or products.
Oh, person.
You've chosen person.
Yeah.
Activate person mode, Jack. I was led to believe that sound effect would be more robotic and less of a drill.
I think it was just a drill or a hairdryer.
No, it's because person mode is of it was behind a plate that I had to unscrew the screws on.
Okay, cool.
So now person mode's activated, and this actually does come in from a tip off.
Surprise.
One of the few I didn't uncover myself. Ollie Preston, he's a podcaster. He listens from the UK.
Good. Truth Sparrow.
Dear Hamish, I need you to shine some truth lasers on a scam I used to be part of, and I know still happens worldwide.
Wow.
Flair bartending.
Oh, yes.
Okay? So where you go and you say to someone, hey, guys, have a double Midori on ice, and they spin the Midori bottle around their head 5 times before you get it. He said, used to be a bartender at a very popular chain of bars in the UK. We would be very closely checked on whether we were under or over pouring the spirits when we serve customers. The big issue being they got praised for a slight underpour.
Really?
They got penalised for an overpour. Because so they're going, I'm selling, 10 shots of bourbon tonight.
Yeah.
They look at the bottles and go, yeah, well, how come we're missing 12 shots worth?
Yeah.
Right? So they get penalised for an overpour. So when the managers did stock take, if we ever had less than we should have, they would revoke staff drinks.
Oh.
So this encouraged everyone to do a lot of flair bartending because when you pour a drink from a great height, it creates a lot of bubbles in the drink and creates a false level on the shot. So everyone's pouring it from a huge height. You're getting a lot of bubble.
Yeah.
You're not getting a proper shot. Meanwhile, they're getting rewarded behind the scenes for underpours.
It's a good one.
Thanks. So was the product. I had 2 good ones loaded up.
I doubt that. I think I chose well.
No. Anyway, in a surprise hint, products might be next week. Keep them coming in. No, don't. And we've been doing this show all bloody year, almost. Semi-late start. It took a few public holidays early, but as far as I remember, we've been doing the show most of the year.
Absolutely.
And I haven't made an HBBC yet.
Really? Yeah, good news.
You'd have to be a real
Really?
fan of the show, because I think I only did about 3 of them, but
I think I can kind of remember what it stands for. It's Hamish Blake's Big Call.
that's what it is, mate.
Hamish Blake's Big Call. Now, I think I remember...
Jack, you got it.
Hang on.
Is there an opener?
Before you play it, though,
Oh
Jack.
my God, I didn't even think
before
there was an
before
opener.
you play it, when you launched Hamish Blake Blows Something Wide Open,
Yep.
a lot of emails came in.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Well, then I'll blow them open because they're wrong.
Suggesting that your opener for that was too similar to
Oh, right.
HB's BC.
That's
Hamish
possible.
Blake's Big Call.
That's possible.
You or I, we both haven't heard Hamish Blake's Big Call's opener for a long time. So this will be...
But let me be clear, though. They're very, very different topics. One is exposing scandal,
I
and
know.
then the other one is making an accurate yet ballsy prediction
I know.
for the future.
Yeah. My point is, and I think our listeners understood that
They both show courage.
they're very different segments a lot, but they were worried that if they are so different, why'd you make the openers so similar? Again, I haven't heard this.
Because sometimes
You've
the
only
show
got
can,
one trick.
Well, no, the show can be so exciting. You need to just dull it down to give people something to hold on to, some level of familiarity.
Stand back, he's gonna say it.
It's very similar.
HBBC, Hamish Blake's Big Call. He's done it again.
Apart from stand back, and he's done it
Please bring
again.
up Blow Something Wide Open. I know there was a couple
middle
of,
bit's very
there was
different.
a couple of years between the two openers. They may have a point.
Stand back, he's set to blow.
Look out!
Very different.
Hamish is blowing this wide open.
Different music.
Amazing.
He's done it again.
Different person saying. Different person saying he's done it again. So different members of the public noticing I've done it again.
Just doing a cover of your own song.
In fact,
your own
I
opener.
think I'm going to give that a pass. I think I clear that.
Well, they were
Just clear
turns
that.
out their
Oh,
listeners
mate,
were
well, come
correct.
on. Oh, sorry, Coldplay. Your new song sounds too much like Coldplay. Guess what? I'm Coldplay. That's the gig I play. Hey, Endo.
Not often do they sing the exact same lyrics at the start. And
Pretty
the end.
close. I reckon there'd be a lot of rappers out there. I mean, like, Derulo says his name a lot in different
No,
songs.
he did it once. And he's been pinned down for it for a long time.
Jay-Z's always yelling Hove. Oh, sorry, mate, you've yelled that in another song. Hey, I am him.
Yeah,
I can
exactly.
do it.
But as a percentage of the words said, you had those. You only had like 4 sentences in both openers, and 2 of them are the same.
The segments are very different. Are you ready for the big call?
Hamish Blake's big call.
You know, a lot of people have dashboard cameras now, and they're getting to be a bigger thing. Inbuilt cameras, right, like sort of near where your rear view mirror is, like an iPad camera, okay?
Yep.
Standard on every single new car with a take photo button on your steering wheel, okay? So it essentially just takes a snapshot of what your windscreen sees.
Okay, yeah.
Standard within 3 years.
He's done it again.
That's what everyone's saying. And it uploads to your phone immediately. 3 years. Mark my words.
Yeah, we'll come back and we'll see if the opener.
Maybe we might have to have Hamish Blake's scorecard. Stan Black, he's set to score. Oh, what a great prediction. He might have done it previously.
It's Pants Off Friday. Good afternoon, everyone. Hamish and Andy to drive you home. Excited to be back for a Monday, Ham, because not only would criminals be shaking in their boots because you're going to blow something wide open today.
I won't do it for an hour and a half or so.
Give them a chance to run.
I'll give you guys an hour and a half head start, and then I soar after you, and I'll chop you down.
Yeah, that's happening on this Monday.
I try to say it in the nicest way possible, but that's what I do during the segment, Blow Something Wide Open.
Ham,
It's a Monday.
it's a Monday.
Now, Ando, that would normally mean I would blow something wide open. I'd chase down a scoundrel, a crook, and nincompoop, a half-wit, quarter-wit.
Villains.
Villain, ninkum, we've done nincompoop, just stinkumpoop.
Nincompoop.
Someone's been doing stinky poops everywhere.
Overlords, underlords,
Evil lords.
evil lords.
But not normal lords.
no.
Nor would I chase down the Lord.
Yeah, that's true.
He's out of my league.
You wouldn't
He
need to.
seems like a good guy.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though, Ando. This is what I normally do on a Monday. I blow something wide open.
Decepticons.
Now, yes, hate Decepticons. Autobots for life. If people were listening on Friday, they would have also noticed I brought back a segment from many, many years ago called Hamish Blake's Big Call.
Yeah.
Some people argued that the opener to Hamish Blake's Big Call, HBBC,
Yeah.
was a little bit like HBBSWO.
Yeah.
Hamish Blake blows something wide open.
Very similar.
I don't see it myself.
Yeah, well.
But when you lined up the openers together,
Yep.
this was Hamish Blake's Big Call.
Stand back, he's gonna say it. What? HBBC, Hamish Blake's Big Call.
Okay.
He's done it again.
Sorry. So that's reserved for a moment when I'm making a huge prediction
Yeah.
that will come true in the near future.
Well, you'll see if it comes true. But
Well,
that's-
we will.
yeah.
That's
Big-
HB's
call.
SC, is Hamish Blake's scorecard, which is a segment we've got penciled in for 3 years down the track that monitors the big calls.
Yeah.
Now, I normally blow something wide open on the show. This is that opener.
Stand back, he's set to blow.
Look out!
Fire in the hole!
Hamish is blowing this wide open.
Amazing!
Amazing.
He's done it again.
Oh, what a great guy.
Now, I don't see it, but like I
I
said,
think-
there's a lot more
again,
talking.
I'm on your side.
There's a lot of different words used.
You know I'm on your side. But I think the fact that it starts with stand back
Yep.
and ends with he's done it again.
And these are just regular people on the street. I can't help what people yell when I'm about to do something. Anyway.
You were the both.
Here's the thing, Ando. I actually was distracted over the weekend when I know I was meant to be chasing up my cases for Blow Something Wide Open, which I usually spend most weekends doing that, just collecting evidence and talking to witnesses because I never blow something wide open half-cocked.
Yep.
And I've got tons and tons of cases to follow up. It's not that I need more. HamishAndy.com, though, if you've got them. Not generic ones off the internet. Have to have happened to you, just because I don't like double ups. But I'm not going to read them. Yeah. Send them in, though. And I'm not desperate for cases at all.
No. But send them in.
Please send them in quick as you can. In fact, if you get one in the next 30 seconds, that'd be great. No. I'm swamped, so I'd prefer if you didn't, but if you have to, send them in.
Do you think, though, that today you're not bringing out one because you don't have a case? That's what it can appear like.
No,
it can
because
appear that to our
I know. Here's the thing, though. I was distracted all weekend because I was pondering a huge question. Yeah. And I was actually, it's a little bit, to me, a little bit of a head scratcher, this question, which gave me an idea for a new segment.
Stand back! He's set to scratch! Hamish Blake's Head Scratcher. He scratched it again. Oh, what a great scratch.
Again to jump in.
I don't say it.
And like
I know what you're going to say, but I don't say it.
I said I'm on your side, but do you reckon people will draw similarities to that opener to HB's BC as well as HB,
BSWO, HB's HS. Yeah. Head scratcher? Yeah. No. I was thinking about this question all weekend. Couldn't stop scratching my head. So instead of saying what happened today.
Yeah, you got a head scratcher.
I got a head scratcher.
Sure.
With your computer, right?
Yeah.
It shows you percentage of your battery.
Yeah.
Now, I put my computer to sleep on at about 20% on Saturday. It slept all night, had about 24 hours of sleep. Opened it up and it's at 15%. Now, shouldn't the battery have increased after it had such a big sleep? It's weird, isn't it? Yeah, that's a little bit. What a head scratcher. Go. Get out.
Thank you very much, Ashley. Stick around, everybody. Ham, I understand you're going to blow something wide open.
Yes, I am, Andy. Why are you looking? You're looking at me like that because you don't think I've been blowing enough things wide open.
I
this
don't,
year.
and I also don't think that you've got something today.
That is offensive, and I think you're saying that because I forgot my computer.
Yes,
not true, mate. You think I'd be careless enough to leave my case files for blow something wide open on my computer where any crook could look at them?
Yes.
I've got them in a much more secret place than that.
You're pointing to your head.
Don't tell everyone what I'm doing. Hamish and Andy.
Ham, it's time.
Yep.
Crooks beware.
Run.
Yep.
You know what? I'll give you a 1 minute head start. We'll all sit here for a minute, in silence.
Yep.
To allow crooks to run. And I'm not just saying that to pad because, today's, I know a lot of phrases like slim pickings, were being thrown around by you earlier.
Absolutely.
Non-existent. Crook's Paradise was thrown around. Untrue and inaccurate assessment, Andy, because it is time to blow something wide open.
Yeah, this is where you go after people.
Yep.
That,
and I wish I could go after more than one.
Villains, henchmen.
Yes, if you're involved in any part of the villainous hierarchy, whether you're a villain or a henchman or an assistant henchman or an assistant to the henchman or even a henchman secretary. Yep. Unfortunately, you made your choice. You served that side of the fence. I will prosecute you if I find out about what you've been up to. And I wish I could do 5 or 6 a day because even at the rate of 5 or 6 a day, Ando, I would struggle to clear the backlog of cases that I have to uncover. But unfortunately, we've got so many other things going on in the show. I barely have a chance to do even one a week. So I am completely swamped.
Barely one a week. I mean, I think the first week you gave notice to all the crooks. Cronies are in there.
I fired a warning shot the first week.
Then I think 1 week you did a head scratch instead. We skipped a week.
Last week, instead of blowing something wide open, I did Hamish Blake's head scratch.
I think you've only done one for the year, maybe.
I would have at least done 2. And it's time to do another one. And like I said, I wish I could do another one. Because
so
of all of them.
So many, so people shouldn't send them in?
Do keep them coming in. Absolutely. HamishandAndy.com. Please, not generic ones off the internet, specific ones that you've noticed or have happened to you, not just the ones off Snopes.com. Yeah. I'm overwhelmed. Completely snowed under still.
Send them in.
Sometimes you can poke a little pipe under the snow and find me and just shoot one down that tube. But yeah, let's do it, Jack.
Stand back! He's set to blow!
Look out!
Fire in the hole! Hamish is blowing this wide open. Amazing.
He's done it again.
Oh, what a great guy.
Bit of a special treat here, Ando. Sometimes this happens. Always a nice, rare one for the fans of Blow Wide Open. I'm going to go with an email submission, not one of my own cases.
Wow, right.
Usually, if you've heard this segment before, I will prosecute my own cases.
You won't.
I much prefer.
I think the first one ever 4 years ago or something.
I much prefer to get the tip off myself from someone, like in a car park or something, and I'll go and kick down the doors myself. But sometimes they hand it to me on a plate. Yeah. And so today I'm going to do one of those. This is from Truth Lieutenant Solomon Drader.
Yep.
Has emailed in hamishandy.com. Keep him coming in. I don't even know. I do. I ran out of breath. No, do if you want. And,
do send them in.
Do send them in.
But he doesn't. He doesn't need them. He certainly doesn't need them.
Certainly don't need them. I'm barely getting to today's end. I wish I could do more. Solomon, mate, thanks for your tip off. You said, listen.
That I didn't need.
Absolutely didn't need, but as a charity act, I'll get round to blowing it right up. And now, he said, look, prosecute this via the Truth Eagle, please. And that is the animal that I fly around on, trying to uncover these scams. Craig's 4-bean mix. You familiar with it?
Yes.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. It's a trail mix, isn't it?
No, it's a canned bean mix. So it's mixed.
Sorry, I'm with you now.
Mixed tinned beans.
Yep.
Look, Craig's, I can't say I remember ever having your product, and I've certainly got nothing against the quality. In fact, I believe you probably have a fine bean mix, except for one thing. The secret ingredient is lies. Look at this. You look at the ingredients on the front. It says 4-bean mix, and I'll show you photos in a second. You look at the ingredients list in the back.
And should point out that this is the kind of a bean mix you might see alongside kind of like
Chuck it in your chili.
Yeah.
Canned beans. There's red kidney beans.
That's one.
There's Great Northern beans.
That's two.
There's green lima beans.
That's three.
And then there's chickpeas. Peas are not beans. Like I said, I wish I could have done more than one today because I got so many. Keep them coming in. hamishandy.com. And it is that time of the week where somebody, unfortunately, gets the laser beam of justice shone straight at them.
Half-truths are uncovered.
Half-truths, blown wide open. Quarter truths, third truths, fifth truths.
So is half the maximum?
I'll blow open a 75% truth. If I detect actually, I'll blow open a 99% truth. If I detect 1% lie in your makeup, I'll have to blow you wide open.
Wow,
Shame.
okay.
Won't be the most devastating blow wide open.
No.
If I reveal that you're by and large an almost perfect company, but I found one tiny mistake.
Yeah.
But it's my job, Ando, as the truth seeker on this show,
but if they
to
get
blow
away,
things wide open.
Then you're right. If they get away with one,
where does it stop?
All the way down to 0%.
That's the thing.
This company full of lies. So they'd appreciate it.
Now as you know, I spend most of my week chasing up leads. Sometimes I'm a bit late to work.
Yeah.
I'm covered in dust or something, and you'll go, what happened? And I'll just say, mate, don't even talk to me about what I've been doing this morning because I'm chasing a lead for blow something wide open.
Sometimes you'll have breakfast on your face.
And I'll just say, listen, you don't need to know who I've been having breakfast with or what level of scandal I've been trying to uncover.
Sometimes you'll have like a massage hole imprint on your face.
You don't know who, you don't need to know what massage place I've been to trying to detect.
So it's definitely following up a lead for...
Sometimes I need to be relaxed to get into the right state of mind to prosecute, these guys. But Ando, I chase a lot of leads. Sometimes people bring them to me. Now I know recently I've been doing a lot of my own ones. And it's... I can't actually remember the last time you did your own one. It's also
I think
nice.
The last time you did your own one, the Chinese noodle place was closed. It was closed inexplicably on a Tuesday or something.
That was a big one. That was a big case.
It wasn't. It was a public holiday. And the next day you came in and said it was closed the day before.
Let's not drag up past cases, guys, because we don't have time. We don't have time. We have to prosecute new cases. Can't sit in court and go through your best of, can you? If you're a judge, you have to prosecute new cases.
Your best of's very quick.
I've decided I will take a tip off for today's one. Now, I don't need them, but people do send them in at hamishandandy.com.
But you don't need them.
Absolutely don't need them.
Please send them in.
Please send them in. Not please. Send them in. Send them in if you're bored, and I will read them, but I can't promise you I'll follow up on them. But do send them in. But since you've gone to the effort of writing it, send it in. Don't need it, dude.
Stand back! He's set to blow!
Look out!
Fire in the hole! Hamish is blowing this wide open! Amazing!
He's done it again.
Oh, what a great guy.
Jack spends most of this segment just trying to tell me to hurry up, and that's his one bit of power. Just fire off the opener halfway through me, just telling everyone I don't need their tips.
Who's the focus here?
This is from Anonymous. He signs off saying Anonymous, too risky for names. Well, actually, Andy, I'll give you the choice. Do you want to blow open country, a sport, or an industry?
Ooh. Sport.
You've selected industry. Let's do industry. This is from Anonymous. But like I said, I've got so many, so don't send them in, do send them in. This is Anonymous. He used to work at a fish and chip shop.
Ooh.
Right. Now, the owner of the fish and chip shop had other fish and chip shops, so he knew what he was doing in the industry. He'd recently bought the brand new one where they were working. He explained to Anonymous, who's tipped us off here, that the snapper that was on the menu was actually hake, a different kind of fish. So the owner's coming and gone, listen, this happens at a lot of fish and chip shops. The snapper, it says snapper on the board, but they're actually cooking up hake. Mm-hmm. So then the new owner tries to do the right thing and he gets in real snapper and sells it for the snapper price and sells hake for a lower price. People start buying hake going, I don't like the taste of this. The new owner's gone, really, mate? You've been eating it for years, branded as snapper, but now that it's actually called hake, you realise you don't like it. Anonymous says this happens right across the fish and chip industry, okay?
Really?
Hake is being passed off as snapper. If you're buying snapper at your fish and chip shop, and it seems to be a lot cheaper than real snapper,
For heaven's sake.
there is an 80% chance it's hake.
It's an 80% chance. That is
80.
a made up. That is a made up figure.
That's 80.
And apologies to fish and chip shops that aren't doing that.
Oh, no, you're in the 20. Safe.
Hamish and Andy.
And I know I'm blowing something wide open later in the hour.
Yeah.
And I'm not putting it off because I don't have one. I got a lot. I have
do
too
send
many.
them in.
I got too many. I don't need them. Send them in. hamishandandy.com in case to be blown wide open. But I'm actually just still doing a few legal checks in the background about whom and what I'll be blowing wide open today.
Sure.
In the meantime, though, because this has the hallmarks of blowing something wide open, but it's more of, look, I'm not accusing someone of false advertising, but it shares a bed with false advertising.
Okay.
When it stays over. So they're very close.
They're very close.
They're very, very close.
Yeah.
It's not married to false advertising, but they're very, very close. You might have remembered on Friday I was really talking a heavy pizza game up.
Yeah.
I was talking about how I was going to make pizzas and I couldn't go wrong.
In fact, you said you're super like on the day.
It was my Tinder super like.
We're only allowed one super like. You gave it to your oven's pizza setting.
The ability, because
It said it had its own setting, individual setting to
I
do a
spent
pizza.
a lot of time in my life. Two things changed for me in my homemade pizza game. One, got a pan that has holes in the bottom, which really helps get a lot of heat through to the crust and can crisp up a crust. Because I was going with a no-hole pan.
Okay.
So I was finding that I was getting kind of quite hot topping
Yeah.
and a little too bread-like in the
And
crust.
sometimes a soggy base if it's
and
captured.
very, very disappointing. Yeah, if you had got pineapple or something on it, sort of a wet ingredient, really disappointing pizzas previously. So I'm in a total honeymoon period at the moment with pizzas, and I'm making one that's a real showstopper. It's a little bit fancy, but I think you forgive me. You get some buffalo mozzarella, right? Okay. That's that white ball, right? Slice that up. Like you make your tomato base, your garlic and your onion, put that on. White mozzarella slices, like pancetta or a bacon.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
On the top, a little bit of, I'll use fresh tomato. I know you don't like it. Cut up some fresh tomatoes, sprinkle that on.
Yeah.
Some olives. Then after it's cooked, fresh basil.
Yeah, okay.
Not bad.
So, okay, what do you want?
A tip?
$10?
Stuff $10 in my undies. Not a bad. Actually, no, I would go to a club like that with really good chefs making delicious pizzas in front of you. You can put money in their undies. Here's the thing, though. So a couple of weeks ago, I made that exact pizza, but I made it for myself. Zoe was away. I just had a little fun hame night at home. Then on Friday, I was making pizzas for not just Zoe, but my sister and brother-in-law.
Right, okay.
So I was
extra pressure.
saying, everyone, don't worry about it. I've got it. A couple of weeks ago when I bought the basil, the fresh basil, which is really the bit that everyone goes, oh, this elevates it above a normal homemade pizza.
Yep.
I bought it from the supermarket. Now, it's the basil you might have seen in the veggie section that comes, it's the full plant,
Yep.
like wrapped in plastic.
Yeah.
So you can see the roots, like the dirt and the roots, and it's like a basil plant.
Yep.
So I bought that a couple of weeks ago. And so I didn't get any basil for Friday night because I was like, no, I'm smarty pants here, planted it in the garden. I'd planted it outside after I'd used my 2 leaves or whatever I used a few Fridays ago. I took that basil plant and planted it in one of the flower beds because I was like, it'd be good to have basil at home. We use it very, very rarely, but I like the idea of having fresh basil. And then so I was like, where's the basil? I said, oh no, I planted it because I got it a few weeks ago. She's like, what do you mean you planted it? I said, I got the one from the supermarket that has the roots. She's like, that's not for planting. That's just to keep it alive in a jar longer. Roots. And it comes with dirt. It comes with dirt. It comes with its own dirt.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it comes with dirt and roots. Of course you meant to
Not
plant
a
it.
heap of dirt, though.
A little bit of dirt.
No, it's just
I
the
remember
dirt,
there being some dirt.
a little
in it.
bit of dirt left over on the
But
bottom
if
of
it comes with roots, why can't you put it in the ground? Isn't that where roots love to be?
Yeah, but I think these have matured and then they're pulled out, and obviously then
Well,
they're
put them back in. How long were they out for? Because it comes in a moist. It's very moist on the roots. It comes in like a moist, like cellophane system.
I know, but you're probably asking the wrong guy because I'm not the kind of guy that goes
mate.
for fresh produce the whole time. But I do think that I wouldn't go and try and replant.
And then
potato,
everyone's
for
having a big old, everyone's having a big old laugh at me because
Well, I am.
because I've tried to plant something with roots. So then this
Show
is what was left of the basil, like this dried, destroyed little brown grey plant. But I even still tried to pick a few of the leaves off because in my head I was remembering that dried basil is a thing, that I might be able to trick people that we had dried basil. And then I was like, you know what? I think Zoe's mum had planted some herbs for us, and I thought we had sweet basil. So I ripped a bit of that off. I was like, no one's going to know. Put it on. Zoe tasted it and went, it's mint.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. Well, we're just going to call it quits then, I think, on fresh herbs.
You know how earlier on, when you were telling this story,
Yeah.
you paused for a giant pat on the back because you're a legend at cooking.
It's a great pizza.
Yeah, I know, but you've failed at making it.
I failed at gardening, but I
Okay.
succeeded at cooking.
Seb's got a tip for you. on 131060.
I bet so many people plant
Seb.
those basils. Seb, did you plant the basil?
Yeah, but what you do, you cut it off, the stalk, and you put it in a glass of water, and it'll grow its own roots, and then you can plant it.
Oh, where's the instructions on that? Mate, the plastic it comes in just says basil, fresh basil.
Did
Yeah,
that-
they don't want you doing it. Everyone will have their own garden.
That's why I'm shining a light, not blowing it open, shining a bright light.
Hamish and Andy. Time, Ham.
Well, it's our job as broadcasters, Anna, to bring people the information they need to hear. I have been sifting through cases all day to try and find a lawbreaker, or really the chief lawbreaker or troublemaker worldwide that I can use as the subject of Blow Wide Open for today. Because it's a Monday, and on Mondays I do like to shine the justice lasers that beam out of the Truth Eagle's eyes.
Yep. And take down half-truths, quarter-truths, bandits,
Snitches.
villains, snatchers,
Witches,
witches,
but not watches.
pickpockets,
Yep, of course.
pick purses,
Yes, don't pick a purse. Never pick a purse.
plungerers.
I don't think that's a word. Unless it's, guys, with a plunger. I think they're just plungers. But if someone's coming
Plunderers,
around,
sorry, that's what I was going for.
plunderers is a word, and I will take them down. But if someone's coming around to your house, or a company is coming around to your house and using a plunger to either unclog a sink you didn't ask them to unclog, or to pretend to unclog one and charge you for it, and you didn't need unclogging, then yes, I will prosecute plungerers. Ando, what do we talk about?
Or pick pursing while they distract you with a plunger.
It will be a special show. So we've got the leadership spill, who will govern the country, versus maybe I have to blow open a plungerer or another type of criminal.
Yeah.
Stand back! She's set to blow!
Look out!
Fire in the hole! Hamish is blowing this wide open! Amazing!
He's done it again.
Oh, what a great guy.
And an international one today. Now, I do have a case I'm working on, don't I? I did mention a case of my own that I'm working on.
Does he?
He did mention it, and it sounds like it has a little bit to it. So maybe we'll hear it in the next few weeks.
We'll get some work.
So I was sitting there going, look, I'm obviously working my own cases, but I'm the only person working the Blow Something Wide Open investigation desk.
Yep.
So when I see a stack of all these uninvestigated cases on my desk, do I have even time to be following these news leads? But I can't turn my brain off. I can't not notice a crime being committed in front of me.
Yep.
So I'm working my case. I'm looking at this stack. I'm certainly thinking to myself, I don't need people to keep sending in new, fresh, Blow Something Wide Open. Don't need them. Do it if you've got them.
Send them in.
Sure.
But don't need them.
Just check. Good to just check that your internet pipe's working.
Yep.
But I don't need them.
Yeah.
But it's not, so I certainly haven't been delaying the
But if
segment.
you do choose to.
Send them in. Send them right in. HamishNanny.com.
Not the generic ones.
No generic ones that are available online have to be personal to you. And so I'm sitting there going, I've got all these cases to investigate, and then something piques my attention, just grabs it a little bit. And a truth sleuth, Hannah Hawker. She's from New Zealand.
Right.
It involves Burger King, aka Hungry Jack's. Now, I know they're a good friend of ours, and I preface this by how about this for a rule? Because, and I haven't fact checked this.
Okay.
This is the New Zealand Burger King.
Yeah.
This is an instance from a New Zealand Burger King.
I think whenever you bring up this segment, it's assumed you haven't fact checked. So
that's an outright lie.
Well, no.
I ought to slap you.
No.
Now I know why you sit so far away from me, because you're just out of slapping distance.
I'll say, I think it'd be more of a surprise if one day you say, I fact checked this. Okay. So
Look,
reserved for that.
I didn't have time to fact check this one because it came in today. But to prove that this is not a witch hunt
You were
on
busy
Burger King,
playing with a double banana.
I had things that were taking up my time. Let's prove this is not a witch hunt for Burger King.
Yep.
Like, name 3 great things about Burger King. So we can prove this is not some sort of, let's just temper it a bit, you know what I mean? With
Sure.
like a bit of semi-endorsement.
Whoppers are great.
Or almost the king of the burgers.
Yeah.
King of the big format burgers.
Yep. I don't mind the shakes. People don't talk about them.
Really
enough,
good.
but
And they don't get a lot of play for their nugs, but their
and-
nugs are delicious.
Yeah, a unique type of nugget.
Spicier nugget sauce, I think, than anywhere
That's
else
true.
for barbecue.
Longer,
Okay.
longer as well.
You've given me
they're a
all I
longer-
need. I now have permission to fire.
Longer, more crumbed nugget.
Here's this, Ando. She writes, look, Haim, I know you're probably swamped with cases right now. Yeah, you're telling me, Hannah.
Send them in.
No, no time for this. But I thought today I'd let you know what I went through. I thought to myself, you know what I feel like? Burger King. So there's a little plug for them too. So I go up to Burger King and I ordered a regular barbecue rodeo meal.
Okay.
Nothing wrong about that. Now, I don't know if we've got the rodeo burger at the moment in Australia. They certainly do in New Zealand. Seems like a special burger. Obviously, we all know what a regular meal involves. Regular chips, regular drink. Regular fries, regular drink.
Same size burger.
And the burger size does not change. They remain static. Whether or not you go a small
constant.
meal,
They're the constant.
they're the constant. They're basically the Pharrell, and the hat can get bigger or smaller. The hat is the fries and the drink. So depending on what you feel like at the time, Pharrell won't change, but you might think he's smaller because you've got a giant hat on. So she's gone, I'll have a regular rodeo burger meal, please. Small hat. Just regular hat. Regular hat. So not a small hat.
Regular is small.
No, small.
No.
At Burger King.
No, because regular, medium, and large.
No, it's small, regular, large. Well, her crime that she's reported is she thought you would get a regular sized drink and you get a small drink. Is this a non-blow? Has the dynamite not gone off?
Don't call up the
All right.
detonation.
Well, I can't because the fuse is already lit.
No,
Jack,
call up
Jack,
the detonation.
throw the dynamite somewhere else. Keep it away from Burger King. Throw it out the window. A distant boom. Are you sure that regular is small?
Regular's the smallest, mate.
Talk amongst yourselves. Shall I Google this?
Regular, medium, and large.
Hang on. Burger King sizes.
Don't worry about it. It's done.
Why would she say?
Because she's confused and you've gone up half cocked.
Did I mention I hadn't investigated this one? Why would she say that she was so
Because she didn't get it. Andrew joins us. Andrew joins us quicker than your Google fingers.
Hang on, Andrew, what are the sizes at Burger King?
Small, medium or large, or small, regular and large.
So regular is medium.
The regular is the medium.
She was given a small drink? Jack, read that later. The medium, the regular rodeo meal in New Zealand Burger King comes with a small drink. She contested it. They said that's standard operating procedure. The blow wide open stands. Thank you, Andrew.
Apologies to whoever we blew up outside.
Now, how am I going to pay for this extra load of dynamite I use? I knew we had the hat sizes on Pharrell right.
My bad then. My bad.
Mate, how many times have I told you? This is a professional's game.
Don't go up half
Please don't come meddling in when I'm messing around with dynamite. Because you spooked me, and I panicked.
Yeah.
And an injustice almost didn't get exposed.
Now it has, which is great. If you have got any other ones, non-generic,
keep them coming in.
Yeah, keep them coming in.
That wasn't the bottom of the barrel, but, do keep it up.
HamishAndy.com. If you want to register, we are sending people, wherever they are in Australia, to the Melbourne Cup Carnival. If you want to register, you can play our Royal Deck of Destiny and get yourself there to the carnival. We'll play tomorrow. We'll see you then.
Oh, have a great night. I'm done.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hamish and Andy back to drive you home.
What a day, Ando.
Well, villains beware. Rascals take heed.
I don't even know where to start with today's show, because, I'll be blowing something wide open, and it's not a villain or a rascal today, Ando.
What is it?
I'm exposing a switcheroo.
We haven't discussed switcheroos as we normally list off all the people that should be worried.
It's a new category.
Instances.
It's a new category of things that I'll blow wide open.
Yeah, right.
And it was actually brought to me by a listener of the show, not a case that I went after myself.
That is a surprise.
And I've also got a very, very special announcement to make about Blow Something Wide Open, Australia's most loved segment.
That's fantastic. I mean, can we do that in the next half an hour?
Oh, why don't I pencil it in for like 25 past 4.
Okay. It's in pen.
And it's time. It's as much fun as it would be to sit around and organise our horse race all day. We also have responsibilities.
Yeah.
We have a fun part of our show.
Yep.
And then I have a very, very heavy responsibility on my shoulders. Mm-hmm. And that responsibility is for me to blow something wide open.
Yeah.
Where I examine usually villains, scoundrels, launderers.
Yep.
And
petty thieves,
meanderers. If you're walking too slowly, I'll get you. Petty thieves, and also I'll get big thieves too.
You tend to dig a lot deeper than you say a current affairs program.
Thank you.
You tend to, if they're barely scratching a surface, and you're
have to do it a week,
and you're like a mine.
I only do it once a week, so I can give it the absolute true level of attention it deserves. Because you've seen me in the office.
Oh yeah, once. I've seen you go into that office once, yeah.
I'm going through all my files, I'm on the phone, I'm calling people, and I usually chase down my own cases. And that involves a lot of cross-referencing.
But do send them in.
Keep them coming in.
Yep.
HamishAndy.com. Please do. Don't need them.
Don't need them, but send them in.
Too many. I've got too many.
But send them in, and not the generic ones.
Yeah. Or any about the fact that rainbow ice cream is actually caramel or vanilla. Yeah, okay. We've done that one. Okay.
Stand back! She's set to blow!
Look out!
Fire in the hole! Hamish is blowing this wide open! Amazing!
He's done it again!
Oh, what a great guy.
All right, I'm just going to hit you with it straight up, Anna, because I've got a phone call to play. I actually got a tip-off from an alert truth seeker.
Okay.
I like to fly around on my Truth Eagle, shining the justice lasers on things, but I also do occasionally allow people to help out and nominate one. Got an email from a young man named Curtis.
Yep.
And he referenced actually, because yesterday on the show we gave away the Blake Bieber cup, the cup that Justin Bieber touched.
Yep.
He wanted us to give him the cup, and then he said in return, I have a blow something wide open. So
that's not normally how, it's a shame that he's coming.
He's trading. He wanted a little something for his efforts because he's putting his neck out here.
Yep.
Now, he's referencing, it's about a Mexican food chain who we happen to love. Guzman and Gomez.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've pronounced it. You know the one.
I do know the one.
Two guys on the front, yellow.
Yeah.
Now, they're great guys.
Yeah, we like them.
And this, I wasn't to know it was about them because I didn't know who this was about.
Sure.
I had to call him, find out, first if he would give up the blow something wide open because we didn't have the cup anymore.
Yep.
But then also just hear what he had to say. Okay. This is how it went.
Hello.
Hi, is that Curtis?
Yes, it is.
Curtis, this is Truth Seeker Hamish Blake. How are you?
Oh, good, Hamish. How are you?
Yeah, really good. Listen, this is a two-part call. I got your email about
Yes.
the Blake Bieber Cup. Look, unfortunately, it has been sent off.
You're killing me.
I'm so sorry, but what did get my interest was your promise of a blow something wide open.
Oh, I bet you it did. What's it to you?
Could give you a Hamish and Andy branded air freshener, and if I like the blow something wide open, I suppose I could give you a slight bevel 6-inch ruler as well.
Oh, no worries. Well, how about I help you out anyway? I'm always keen to help the Truth Eagle blow some things open.
Lay it on me, bro.
Do you know the well-known Mexican restaurant, Guzman y Gomez, or whatever it's called?
I know about them.
Well, you go into their restaurant in Erina on the Central Coast where I am, and I reckon in every one of them, there's 2 bins, one labelled recyclables, cans, glasses.
Yep.
The other one labelled everything else. I see them as they take out the trash. 2 red auto bins. No recycling is happening. It's all just a disguise.
So they're the same wheelie bin.
They're the exact same wheelie bin. They pull them both out, put one bag into the other bin, take the one bin out to the skip.
It's pretty big. It's a pretty big claim. Who do you blame, Guzman or Gomez? Going off the photo.
Guzman, that's probably how he got his name up first. But,
he's a little dodgier.
You would imagine he's probably got something on there. But, I'd go Guzman for sure.
You just got yourself an air freshener and a ruler.
Oh, I can't wait.
Thanks, mate.
No worries.
Not sure if he stuttered there, but he said, I can't wait. So he might have got you with a double negative.
He's going to have to wait, because it'll be one day before he gets his booty. Now, look, Ando.
Yeah.
As with all something wide open, it's a hugely sensitive topic. And Curtis put his neck out there.
Yeah.
Observing that. Because he might be banned from the stores, which would be a tragedy because it's beautiful.
And we can't say it's across all of them. But
we can't say anything. He's saying it. Can I give you my other special announcement for Blow Something Wide Open?
What's that?
Jack knows about this.
Yeah.
No one else on the team does. Yeah. I've decided
to retire.
No, the exact opposite. I've got so many backlogged on in my case files. Yeah. So many. Keep them coming in at hamishandy.com. That on Friday, the 6th of November, we will do a whole show.
No, we won't.
Where we will blow things wide open. No. An entire show, Jack.
No.
Do you hear me?
I mean, you told me before the show, so I know about it.
We'll have celebrities blowing things wide open. We'll have people calling in. They can blow things wide open. I'll let you blow something wide open, Andy. It'll be an absolute explosive truth bonanza.
What day do we do this?
6th of November. I've already penciled it in.
Yeah, okay. No, I'm happy to do
an
that.
entire show.
Yeah.
It'll just be explosion after explosion explosion.
Can I just preface this by saying, Sam's out there saying no, but we're definitely doing it. We're definitely doing it. Can I say this? We need people to send these in then.
No, we don't.
We don't, but we absolutely do.
Man, I had one about ice cream today, not about vanilla, not about rainbow flavouring. I had one where there was meant to be 4 pencils in a pack of something, there was only 1. I've got so many.
Mate,
keep them coming in.
Stop saying them. You are so low on
the pencil one might pop up next week.
Stick around, everyone. It is a Monday ham, which means regular villains, day-to-day villains, not just barbecue ones, go under the microscope.
And I've got a special grand final theme blow something wide open.
Really?
No, not really. But I mean, I could loosely draw a tangent if you would so desire.
I'd love one, thanks. Yeah.
I'll start working on the tangent.
Hamish Sandy. Haim.
It's funny, this little radio show of ours, Ando, because on one hand, we have so much fun, and we've got so many different things we're doing on the show all the time, and we just love it, love the people's show, love the people listening. Got our Race That Stops the Nation at the moment. That's just that slows down the nation to an almost dead stop, the day before the Melbourne Cup. There's so much going on that I sometimes feel when I get to this segment to blow something wide open where I have to shine the justice lasers of the Truth Eagle on things. Okay, I've got so many things to blow wide open that I do wish that I could do a full show of them.
Well, we are doing
why I announced one coming up on November 6th, but still not enough. Still enough to clear this backlog.
I think it's funny
that I have because every day I see at least 1 or 2 where I go, I must investigate that. Yeah. And I pop it in the file, pop it in the inbox.
But they're not necessarily ones.
Well,
Yeah.
they are, because
No.
I've just got a keen eye for an injustice.
Okay.
And then I get
So why
bombarded by
bother?
people
Yeah.
sending them in.
Yeah.
Absolutely stacks of them. And I can't really ever get to the ones that are sent in. Still keep them coming though, hamishnanny.com.
Definitely send them in.
Definitely send them in, not generic, please. And not ones we've done before. So please know the history of the segment and don't send me double ups because I do get excited opening them. But I don't need them. I don't need them. Don't send them in. Do send them in.
what I like about you and going after these half truths, you're not scared by fat cats. You're not scared by the big corporations. The bigger the wig, actually, as far as big wigs go.
I've had to protect a few, but yeah.
the bigger no wig will be left unturned no matter how big it is.
I do love the idea of the absolute biggest wig in town tearing it down
yeah.
and exposing it for the fake hair that it is. And this is not one of my own. This was sent in by
I don't think we've had one of your own.
a listener of the show.
Ever.
But it is time. It's time to get into it.
Stand back! She's set to blow!
Look out!
Fire in the hole! Hamish is blowing this wide open! Amazing!
He's done it again.
Oh, what a great guy.
Now, I like this one, Ando, because he's done the investigation. My truth, Lieutenant. Because sometimes
You like it because you were never going to look into it?
sometimes I've had to just blow open I've just gone off accusations.
Yeah, you go off half-cocked.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
Which
This
is
full-
ironic.
Is
because
this full-cocked, is it?
This seems legit. I haven't had a chance to call Nick today, but I appreciate him sending this in.
Okay.
Truth Lieutenant Nick Gordon. Okay. He goes, mate, I know you're swamped with requests. Too true, Nick.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you
do.
for understanding what it's like to be here at the top. Heavy
do.
is the head that wears the crown.
Do send them in.
Please do send them in. But I really need you to blow this wide open. So I was like, all right, you've got my attention. I'm very, very busy. My desk is full of files, but I'll read on. A few weeks ago, he purchased something called a pre-workout powder. So I think Nick, he goes to the gym.
He lifts.
He lifts, okay? Now, he said it's called Crank. This is pre-workout powder. Assume it gives you insane muscle bulge. I'm making this up off the pack, but I assume that's what it does. And on the back, it contains 40 serves. He said he was excited by the product. He'd heard good things about it.
Yep.
Okay. He goes, I listened to your show at the gym. It doesn't say what he was doing. I don't know if it was back day, leg day, neck day. He might be so good at the gym, he does a specific neck day.
Yep.
But he said, I heard you blow something wide open, and being a loyal listener, I wanted to conduct my own investigation on the workout powder, on the pre-workout powder. So at this stage, you're going, oh, here we go. You know, does it actually do what it says on the tub? It says there's 40 serves in it, but I wanted to test to see how many serves there really were.
All right.
Now, we need people like this out there, Ando,
Yep.
doing the experiment, doing the science, because a lot of things say they've got a certain amount of serve in them.
Yep.
And Jack's going, you're right, man, you're right. He's
No,
just
he's
giving me
winding
the
you
thumbs
up.
up. Jack's into this one, so I can always tell because he's giving me a big thumbs up here.
That might have been your peripheral because certainly a big wind-up.
Says 40. Yeah, so many producers give you 2 thumbs up outside.
Yeah.
Says 40. He's done it. He's measured them out.
Yeah.
There was only 34. I don't know for sure if he really did measure them out, if he went heap scoops. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to get onto him, but
Can't
very
go heap.
interesting.
Don't go heap scoop.
He might have got a heap scoop. I don't know. But I suppose you were wondering what the grand final link was.
Yeah.
Often you'll find AFL players do go to the gym. And the only way you'll get to the grand final is if you go at least once a week, kids. Once a week for muscles. And time to roll out the explosives, isn't it?
Scallywags beware.
Jerks. I'll blow you wide open.
Bullies.
Oh, definitely. Very anti-bully.
Cyber bullies.
Yep.
Hackers.
Sure, that's a form of cyberbullying
Yep.
against corporations and the law. If sometimes, it really bothers me when, Bank of America gets cyberbullied by hackers by them just having all the data stolen or whatever. And
Overlords, underlords,
Underlords.
false lords.
Yes.
Yep. Falsehoods.
Evil landlords.
Yep.
I'll blow you wide open. This is a segment, I don't do it enough, on the show is the general consensus, because there's too many things in this world, Ando, that are being covered up and going wrong. Now, I'm surprised when you talked to Julian Assange last week, he didn't mention blow something wide open, because in my mind, there's 2 people that kind of occupy this sphere of what we do. WikiLeaks and BSWO.
Yeah.
Now, I'm flying around in my Truth Eagle shining justice lasers on things. He's unfortunately holed up in an embassy because he's seeking asylum. Does that make me a better investigator because I'm more flexible and I'm able to move around? I'll let you be the judge.
He's certainly got more determination and resolve.
I find that hurtful because I haven't really missed a Monday. Sometimes the segments move to a Tuesday. Once, I think I kicked off the year with a warning to Crooks because I didn't have one.
And then
I had a few, but I didn't,
And then you need a head scratcher thing for one.
Instead of blowing something one open. I did scratch my head for one. Got a great one today, Ando. And this is why in a few weeks' time, it has been declared November the 6th, if you got nothing on. Park yourself next to the radio because we'll be doing a whole show where we blow things wide open. Yeah. So the moment I'm sort of doing a one for me, one for that show as I go through my case files.
Really?
I usually investigate my own, but today's has been sent in by someone.
Stand back! He's set to blow!
Look out!
Fire in the hole! Hamish is blowing this wide open! Amazing!
He's done it again!
Oh, what a great guy.
Can't remember the last time we've had an original. You seem to be playing a lot of...
It would have been recently.
Playing a lot of covers.
Look, I do appreciate people out there doing the sleuthing on my behalf. And what that tells me is we've got a nation of people that want to see injustices uncovered.
Yep.
And I do appreciate it.
Injustice made justices.
Yeah, let's drop the off injustice. HamishNandy.com if you do come across one, but please make sure it's a cracker because I don't need them.
Yep. Do send them in.
But do send them in.
Yep.
But we've got a whole show where we need to, we'll probably get through 20 on that show. So, that's heaps. Send them in.
Don't need them.
Don't need them. Absolutely don't need them. Snowed under. But, since I'm so snowed under, I wouldn't feel one extra bit of A4 land on the top of the pile. If you've got one, you want to get off your chest, and from HamishNandy.com. Matt, the Hot Truth McCucci.
Matt McCucci.
Yeah. He's probably a fake name, but when you're in this business, you have to throw it out. You have to throw a fake name out there. The Hot Truth, I'm almost positive isn't his middle name. But this is a scorching hot truth, okay? He works in a large store. Because we don't need to blow open the brand here. We're blowing open the technique the store uses. Sure. So he said, look, around about July, we start doing a lot of Christmas lay-bys for toys. So we start encouraging parents, hey, get the toys now. Yep. You got to lay-by them. You got to do a Christmas lay-by, and you've got to pay them off by a certain date. Otherwise, you lose that toy. But this is a good way to start thinking about.
Do you get your money back?
I don't think you do with lay-by.
Oh.
The whole idea here is you start chipping away at it early. The toy bill isn't a huge wallop mid-December.
Yep.
They threaten, well, they don't threaten, but they say to customers, hey, listen, remember, you've got a Christmas lay-by. He says, we personally send out a lot of letters in the form of a ransom note, kind of, on their children's gifts to go, you got to pay by this date, otherwise you lose the toy and you put all this effort in. He says, listen, I've worked there for 4 years now, and not once have I ever cancelled a Christmas lay-by. It's a classic Grinch tactic. What he's saying is...
Yeah, I know what he's saying.
There's a lot of lateral movement in your Christmas lay-by if you want to tear those letters up. Now that is a bloody good blow something wide open. That's how it's done, kids.
Anyway, fair warning for you. We pick up the chat with Russell Brand. Russell, Hamish has a segment on this show called Hamish Blake Blows Something Wide Open, and he attacks it by uncovering half-truths, quarter-truths, villains, scoundrels. He'll go after everyone.
No one's safe.
You seem to go a bit more serious and probably a little bit more research in yours. Hamish is normally probably about the price of an ice cream or something.
No, mate, not the price, the flavour. So a recent one we did, Russell, was I blew wide open the scam that rainbow paddle pops are actually just vanilla rebadged. And it's stuff like that I'm trying to shine.
Someone needs to blow that wide open.
It's done. It's done. It's in pieces.
You're being lied to. I'm very attracted to the idea of blowing things wide open because there's certain things, if you blow on them very gently, they will eventually open widely. This is my experience.
Like an origami crane, for example.
I think that's what he's referring to.
Beautiful like that.
My frame of reference never leaves origami. Now, what is your inquiry?
Can I ask, how's this for a question, Russell? See, if this, put your mind here in this hypothetical. If there was such a thing as truth serum, and you could make someone on the planet take it, who would you feed it to? What do you think they would say?
I think there is such a thing as truth serum, and I think I develop it in my own and I'll tell you, I take a teaspoon of it each morning with my breakfast.
So we're speaking to someone high on truth serum right now.
Speaking from the heart, how at the moment everything you're hearing is true.
I'd like you pair of goons to take it and explain to me what on earth led you to wear a pair of wicker gloves made of ant stings.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw that.
If people haven't seen it, Hamish, you did lose to me in a contest, which meant you had to put on bullet ant gloves. It's the most painful sting of any animal on the planet. Russ, how do you think he took it when you watch back that footage?
Well, what I was most interested in is when Hamish returned to consciousness, having been lost in a sort of ocean of pain.
Yeah.
And I saw his sort of reborn personality.
Yeah.
And I think it was a very good place to start. Maybe regular stingings should be part of the rebuilding of your...
My wife now has a bucket of bees at home at all times, just in case she thinks I'm straying too far from my true self.
Start the day with a cup of Russell Brand's Troop Serum
and a bucket of bees.
This is the way we can start to build a perfect society. Our two nations that were once unified with just a small amount of my special truth serum and a bucket of bees, we can bring about a true world order.
Russell, we're hoping you'll come back on the show this week when you're back in town. True World Order is the tour, and tickettech.com if you want to see him in all the major cities. Well, I'd like to invite you onto the show, and if you've got time, if you wanted to use any of Hamish's sound effects to blow something wide open.
Russell, I could show you my case files of things I haven't blown wide open.
We can blow things open together.
That would be a dream come true and an absolute nightmare for crooks and scoundrels Australia-wide.
I think the crooks and scoundrels, the thought of our bee buckets and truth serums, are quaking in their little villainous boots.
Yeah, those little booties that they wear with their black pants and stripy black and white tops.
I can see them now quaking.
I mean, that would be tremendous.
It would.
Haim, do you have enough?
Oh, trust me, Russell, I got plenty. I have absolutely loads and loads of available material to blow something wide open. People don't need to send them in at hamishandandy.com at all. Keep them coming in, though, if you've got them. If you're halfway through an email, do send them in, hamishandandy.com.
Nonsense. We'll rely on the files. Save your time.
You're not essential. 100% not needed. I can always go to my files. But if you want to save me the walk, hamishandandy.com. If you've got a case to be blown wide open by me or Russell, do send them in. Don't need them, send them in.
Do not send anything in. Frankly, I would be insulted. I'd find it intrusive. We will rely exclusively on Hamish's file.
Russell, thanks for joining us. We look forward to seeing you in the country this week. True World Order to tickettech.com.au for the tickets. We'll catch you then, pal.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you. It'd be good to hang out a little bit.
Russ, we talked about this the reason you're out here, because you're now unemployable.
That's right. Also, I wanted to blow things open.
That's true. Blow things wide open.
Easy, my new apprentice. But I do like the enthusiasm.
Things are not open that ought be.
My young lieutenant.
They should be blown.
Well, I wanted to inquire about this. You have teamed up with Hamish a little earlier on.
Took him down to HQ. Not a lot of people get to go in to blow something wide open office.
It was quite something to behold.
Explain
people
it to
talk
people.
of Xanadu.
Yeah.
Well, it was a mythical place. It was like travelling between dimensions. I felt new aspects of consciousness.
No, it's just the old CEO's office.
There were files in there. Files, I tell you. Stacks of files. Things needing to be blown
Tell
open.
everyone about how many files there were.
Well, I mean, in 2 minutes count, absolutely multitudinous. The truth was within them files.
When I talk about how many cases I have, Russell's seen the
There's
cases.
certainly no dearth of cases. Certainly not just several. Many cases from which to choose.
Yes.
Don't send any more in.
Yeah, absolutely not. We are closed for business. If you've got them, though, hamishandandy.com. Always appreciate seeing some new ones.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're making a rod for your back there because you've got a lot of files to contend with.
That's true. I've got absolutely tons and tons. Don't need them. I'll probably crush myself under the way at hamishandandy.com if you've got them. Not generic ones you found on the internet.
To pick the files ourselves between the three, all worthy files.
Well, we watch you on YouTube, the Trues channel. And you are hitting up, quite serious topics. How do your topics, do you think, compare to the truth and justice finding Hamish goes about or seeking?
Now that I've seen Hamish's files, my own files lack courage. I've been going after small fry, like billionaire tyrant Rupert Murdoch. But today I saw some people have been selling sausage rolls as prime sausage rolls, then switching out the wrapping, and that ain't even the file we chose to blow open, is it, Hamish?
That's one that remains unblown, although consider it blown blown now.
Well, it's still, I think it's only ajar.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
blown
yeah, yeah.
open.
Let
is
me
it?
ask you this question, Ando.
Sure.
If you were to go down to your local clay pigeon shooting arena and you said to them, I'd like to shoot
Every
some targets.
good suburb has one.
I just left one.
I'd like to shoot some targets, please. And they said, all right, we've got a giant, big, easy, wobbly target, like your Rupert Murdoch.
Big
or
wobbly
a
target.
very tiny, tiny pea-sized target far in the distance. What's harder to hit? And that's what I blow open, the difficult targets that aren't the big, wobbly, obvious ones.
I think that you have found a rational way to make sense of your ridiculous item.
Well, we've
Using a thing that we can all relate to.
Yes,
which is-
suburban clay pigeon shooting. Who among us does not have easy access to that reference
It's
point?
sort of my gift that I can talk to the everyman in a language he will understand.
It's extraordinary. You are truly the Rumi.
Well, stick around, Russell, and everyone stick around as well, because
Why, everyone?
you two are going to team up.
We will.
To actually uncover. Is it a half-truth? What category is it in this week?
What did we decided?
It's difficult to categorise. I mean,
really?
disingenuous recidivism was rejected in favour of
Flushed
this
out.
case. We couldn't take on disingenuous recidivism because this case was so important.
It's crockery.
Crockery.
is the category.
Just because there's a brilliant piece of alliteration, that doesn't diminish the seriousness of this.
We did not start with that as a topic and try and find things.
No,
that
we did
fit
not.
Crockery.
It just so happens it does. All right, brilliant. So after this, still joined in the studio by Russell Brand. You're going to hear him now, Ham. Team up, two super sleuths in action. This is a segment, Blow Something Wide Open, where Haim goes after half-truths, quarter-truths, villains, overlords, underlords, dark lords, snitchy
The
lords.
devil. I mean, I'll go after the devil.
Yeah, get the devil, because he's been involved in a lot of capers. I noticed what he done to Jesus was unforgivable, tempting him. Leave him alone.
If only I was around back then.
Well, you'd have stopped it, I'm presuming.
Yeah, I
You
would've
wouldn't have
blown
got
that
away with
one
that. That's been blown open. Lucifer, step well back. Stop encouraging Jesus down the wrong path. Jesus, you sit down.
Exactly. Hustlers, rustlers, anyone is not safe if you're up to no good, and this is who Hamish is going to go after.
Fernando, today we've got one of our biggest cases, and I'm
Crockery.
so glad I had Russell, who's got experience in exposing truths in this world. We look at something, and then if we look deeper, we realise we're only looking at a mere perception, a mere shimmering mirage of what the truth was, and that is what today's case is all about. And I'm not padding, Ando.
Because you normally do for like a content.
No, and I usually say
I
I'm not padding.
wept when this file was opened. I wept salt tears that human beings could sink so low, could treat each other in this way.
And that's really the difficult part about blowing something wide open, is we have to expose ourselves to the roughest, grimiest part of society to shine a light on it.
Hamish, though, have you ever considered that this darkness may be within each one of us? Dare we turn that coruscating light within ourselves? Is there a seam of darkness in the heart of every man?
Yep, the Luke Skywalker
What
conundrum.
I will say is Russell's caught on to the need for padding at the top.
We toil! We've worked so hard on this case to blow it open!
If you accuse me of padding once more, I'm going to go outside for a 2-minute walk.
Let's get into it.
Stand back! She's set to blow!
Look out!
Fire in the hole! Hamish is blowing this wide open! Amazing!
He's done it again!
Oh, what a great guy.
Sorry, and with special guest, Explosives Lieutenant Russell Brand today.
It's amazing when two countries come together, they put their differences aside,
This is like the
geopolitical
UN.
differences aside, for the search of greater goodness.
This is no time for bickering between nations, Andy, as you point out, because there's something needs to be blown wide open, and it's a case that I'm personally honoured to be involved with.
It's from Truth Sleuth Warren Stewart.
Oh, so it was one that was sent in.
It was
not
one that
of
was
your
sent
own.
in, not one of my own. Sometimes I do manage to get to the
That's
files.
dedication!
For the 50th week in the row, it's not one of Hamish's own.
Take it away, Russ.
Warren Stewart is a pioneer, a knight in pursuit of justice. The young Warren found a book. It's called The Book of 500 Bowls, a book with which we are all familiar.
Everyone's favourite book. It goes 50 Shades of Grey, 500 Bowls.
So BOWLS.
To a lover of ceramics,
This is the Bible.
Sorry, I just wanted to...
Very much.
In case
the
it was
Bible.
a different way of delivering a ball in cricket or something. Fine. Okay, sure.
No, these are literal ceramic bowls and pottery. There's a whole variety of materials. There's 500 in there.
It's a contemporary study of timeless design.
Or so we thought.
Each page a new bowl, we were promised.
500 pages, a new bowl on every page.
That's why I was lining up on February the 3rd. Everyone knows the day before the 500 bowls was released. That's why I was lining up outside the bookstore. But what did Warren find out, Russell?
He found out that you lined up in vain for a book that was full of lies, that was short to the tune of 4 bowls. Warren Stewart, through his diligence, he is the Martin Luther King of bowl counting. But we are standing on the shoulders of bowl counting giants.
He counted them all.
Yep. How many?
496.
That's blown wide open. Wow. If you have a copy of 500 bowls, demand a refund, take it back to your crockery bookstore of choice, and get a refund.
It's a 1% refund.
We should call Warren and just double check he counted the property.
I trust Warren. I would not normally endorse Mao or Hitler with their book burnings. But in the case of 500 bowls...
Very, very small fire.
A small, angry fire of justice from which a phoenix of truth may emerge.
Very controllable for firefighters, just the one book.
Don't even tell them. We can handle this ourselves. With saliva.
We can actually just do it in the bath.
Russell Brand, thank you very much for joining us.
In a bowl. We could burn it in 4 bowls. 4 honest bowls.
The missing bowls.
RussellBrand.com, the True World Order. It starts tomorrow in Melbourne, heads to Adelaide, Perth, Brisbane and Sydney. There's 2 shows. Go to RussellBrand.com for the details of tickets. Thank you very much. We'll get out of here. We will see you next week, everybody.
Justice! Justice!
Oh, hang on, I'm just checking on the back page here. Oh, there is 4 extra bottles.
Oh, no, yes. Oh, no, second. No, there's 500. Apologies.
Hang on.
We overreacted.
Oh, there's an appendix. Yeah, there's
oh, yeah, there's 4 bolts in there. That was silly. What a waste of time.
Hey, it is a Monday. Mm-hmm. It's when villains cower.
Yep.
Petty
and cowards. Villain. And then I go, oh, gotcha. You turned into a villain and now you're in my sights.
Okay, I was wondering how that works.
And bullies scamper.
Bullies
head for the woods.
Yep.
Misfits quickly dive down a manhole and try and weld the manhole cover on.
Petty thieves cry.
Yep. They're an easy catch. Because they forgot to hide. Sneaks jump into the rafters, but I get a ladder and I climb up there and I get them out with a broom or a high-pressure hose.
Up to no good.
Yep. I'll root them out, get them in a big pack, then select only one and only one.
The rest of them breathe a sigh of relief.
And I will blow them wide open by exposing what they've been up to live on radio, right across this big old glorious bastard of a nation of ours. Big wide brown land, 70 stations. Everyone will hear it.
Yeah.
And you should be shamed. Let's do this.
Stand back! She's set to blow!
Look out!
Fire in the hole! Hamish is blowing this wide open! Amazing!
He's done it again!
Oh, what a great guy.
First blow something wide open since Russell Brand joined you in a...
That sent a powerful message.
Yeah.
With a dual blow wide open.
An international, a bi-country blow something wide open. The videos at hamishnetty.com of Russell Brand taking to task a book with you, Ham, and gee, that book got shamed.
It really did. 500 bowls, if you missed it. An alert listener had done the count on what alleged to be a timeless masterpiece and an encyclopedia of modern bowl making.
Yep.
And in fact, the book only contained 496 bowls. Now that is right up my alley.
Yep.
And down my barrel. And I've shot it out. And it was absolutely blown wide open. But whom today, Ando, shall roast upon the lasers of justice? Well, this comes to me not from my own personal investigations, which are always ongoing.
Yes.
I'm always snooping around, having a look, casting an eye over anything I see.
Love to hear one.
Oh, you jest. You have and you will more in the future. But I do thank those that send them in.
Even though you're so busy.
I'm absolutely flat out and I'm snowed under.
Yep.
Send them in, hamishnetty.com. But, you must know as you're sitting down to write, this is a futile exercise. This cannot possibly penetrate the giant pile of cases that Hamish has on his desk as he vehemently tries to blow as many as he can open per week. One a week is the current quota.
Well, can we actually...
hamishnetty.com, send them in. Don't need them.
do need them because we're doing a whole show dedicated to Please Wide Open.
I have plenty for that.
Friday week away.
I have plenty, but if you're super bored and it helps you get to sleep, send them in, please, not the generic ones that you can just find at Snopes.com and not ones we've done before. Ando. Yeah. I know recently I've skirted I've named some names. I've named some companies and people sort of say to me, oh, you know, do you get in trouble for that? Because
is your family, you have a full-time bodyguard?
Yeah. We move every second day. Moving. Always moving around the country. Currently, Sonny and Zoe are in Tahiti, but by the time this has now been broadcast on a 7-second delay, they would have moved for their own safety.
Yep.
And I'm not going to back down.
No.
And I will name a name today.
Great.
I'll name a company. First, I'm going to tell you their crime. This was sent in by Scooter McJustice Izzard. So when you're a guy called Scooter McJustice, you know what you cut out to do, and he's done exactly what he needed to do.
Bought into a family.
He has found a scam, and he's brought it to my attention. He was at a pub, and he bought some chips. Mm-hmm. That's his right, and in fact, we encourage everyone to do it. He was having a knockoff drink. He went to pour some tomato sauce out onto the chips, and a horrible orange fluid came out. Now, at first, you might be thinking, you haven't shaken the sauce. Yeah. You need Kevin Rudd in to shake the sauce bottle correctly. That can happen. It's horrible when it does, when you get that weird water at the top. Happens. Yeah. So he stopped, put the lid on, shook it thoroughly, poured it again, a horrible orange liquid. So he said, all right, I've got a bad sauce. Okay. I know what's happening here, I've got a bad sauce. Looks at a lady sitting near him and says, hey, chuck us your sauce, would you? Because I guess it's a pub where everyone has sauce.
Yep.
She gives him the sauce. He gives it a good shake this time and thinks, all right, I've had a bad start to the chips, but 90% are salvageable. Goes to the other end of his chips, pours the sauce out, same weird, horrid orange liquid. Calls the bartender over and goes, what am I pouring on my chips here, mate? This is ridiculous. The guy goes, listen, it's not I wouldn't run it this way if I was running the bar, but we keep the sauce bottles, Heinz or whatever, glass sauce bottles, and when they're empty, we take them out the back, we rinse them out, and we have to fill them up with half sauce, half water to save money. The name of this pub is Sky's Diner in Cornwall in the UK, but I've still named a name. Sky's Diner. I mean, I haven't named an Australian business, but this will reach them. Sky's Diner in Cornwall in the UK. And as Scooter McJustice writes, real bunch of...
Use the W word.
But he did like the bartender. He appreciated the bartender for giving him the lowdown. Now that is a scandal worth blowing open.
Hopefully we haven't put the bartender's job at risk.
Nah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Name named.
It's Hamish and Andy.
Hey, Ando. Okay. Now, I'm not sure. Podcasters, you will need to be relatively up to date with what's going on in the live version of the show, the radio version of the show. But this Friday the 6th of November, we would be doing a whole show that blows things wide open. Now, if you've heard the show before, you'd be familiar with the fact that when I have a big case to blow wide open, it's not unusual for me to hop on the podcast and start gathering a bit of information, doing a bit of investigating in the lead up, beating up a few people with phone books to get answers. So here's just another one of those times where I get on the podcast for a bit of help with a case.
Well, this one's an interesting one, Ham, because it came in from Michael Daniel.
Yep. Here's the thing. His partner's great-grandma sadly passed away last year. It seems like she lived a wonderful life. They're talking about her life, and the great-grandma said she came up with the Mars slogan, "A Mars a day helps you work, rest and play." And she said she had a letter stating that she'd come up with this slogan for a Mars contest back in, I think, the 50s.
She came second, and she got second place.
It's a very convoluted story, but yeah, she essentially came second in a contest that Mars ran, and she submitted the slogan as like a tiebreaker, as a way to win the prize.
On further investigation, though, it seems a lot of people are claiming that their grandma or distant relative was the one that came up with the slogan, "A Mars a day helps you work, rest and play."
So then we found a few internet forums, a few threads. Here's an example. Here's another one. This is from someone in England. That's why we're doing this shout out on the podcast, hoping you are in England and you might have a little bit of information to add to this, because it seems like it was an English contest.
Yes.
Someone else is Nan also told them that they won the competition. £100 they won in their version of the story in a letter.
A popular lie used by the elderly, it seems. So we're asking, do you know, is it your nan?
How's this?
Do you know anyone out there that might be able to get to the bottom of this one?
Does a nan in your family or a grandpa claim that they thought of work, rest and play, the Mars slogan? Another one, this is from Beryl. She's on the website. She's on one of these forums. She says, I'm also a nana in my early 60s. I entered a competition in the late 50s to complete the slogan, a Mars a day, ... She added, helps you work, rest and play. Sent it off. She said, if memory serves me clearly, the competition was in the Bunty or Judy of that era, which I don't understand, but that might be a clue for some people. She said, my family are annoyed at me over years and years of me saying I own this slogan. They're annoyed. They think it's just ramblings of an old crazy woman, but it is true, and I'd love to be able to get to the bottom of it.
Beryl Donovan, she's putting her hand up saying she did it as well.
And the thing is, a lot of these people have tried to contact Mars, and Mars have said, look, we're not 100% sure where it's come from.
Well, Mars are just kind of covering their tracks because they don't want to pay someone for a slogan they've used.
Look, we got out of this for £100 in the 50s, we're not backtracking to the tune of millions of dollars.
If you know anything about it, go to HamishNanny.com.
And we'd love some evidence. If you've got evidence, that'd really put you ahead of the pack. Thanks, guys. Okay. Tentative launch of a new segment.
Oh, yeah.
Party chat. We can't do it on a Friday because I feel like I have too many regular segments in a Friday. And I couldn't launch it on tomorrow's show because the whole show tomorrow will be blowing something wide open. Do you remember? We both made a promise.
Oh, you did. And
on our careers.
I don't think I put my career on it.
We promised the people
I don't remember putting my career on it.
that tomorrow's show will be wall to wall, 4 to 6, blowing stuff wide open.
Yeah, I'll put my career on it.
Thanks, man. Well, it's going to happen, so it's a safe bet.
If you go, I'll go anyway, to be honest. I'm not going to stick around here with Jack.
Thanks, man.
It's a pleasure.
Hey, we could go somewhere else in Thailand and do the radio show and, lose the puppet master. No, we're going to stick around. We've decided to remain on air on this station because we do love it and we love blowing things wide open. That'll be tomorrow's show, but that's why...
Just quickly for them to blow something wide open.
Yeah, sure.
Do you want me to bring any, or do you just want me to listen to them for the whole show?
You don't have to go and find any because the whole reason...
I have one.
Yeah, bring that.
Yeah.
And bring it and do it at the end of the show because you must learn how to blow things wide open. And I think I'll see you very much tomorrow as my first year apprentice.
Yeah, mine.
So you're welcome to do washes and colours, but you won't be cutting the hair.
Sure. My point is with the one I've got, Ham, there's not necessarily a part where an explosive goes off. It's kind of bigger than that. So you can put it anywhere in the show.
Put it at the end because I just don't want you doing it early and you don't know how to blow things wide open.
Okay, sure.
But I'm going to need your help for a lot of tomorrow's show. Like, don't take tomorrow off.
I'll come.
You're
I'll
in.
come in.
Certainly, I'm charging you.
Yeah.
You can invoice for tomorrow's show.
I will. You do have to tune in tomorrow for a very special show, Ham.
It was promised a few weeks ago. If you've heard this show before, you might have heard the segment Blow Something Wide Open.
Yep.
Well, tomorrow, because I'm snowed under with all these cases, Ando, we're coming to you live with a very special 100% Blow Something Wide Open show from 4 till 6. 2 hours of blowing things.
Crooks will be uncovered.
Wide open, and a very special celebrity could be involved.
It's not confirmed.
I say nothing. There's always a chance a celebrity could be involved with anything we do.
See you tomorrow.
In 1972, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. That's an injustice, and it really bothered me. I vowed from that day forth to spend the next few decades exposing frauds, cover-ups, conspiracies, dishonesties, and non-justice in all its forms. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, maybe, because I have heaps to get through, do keep them coming in, you could get me to blow something wide open! Amazing.
He's done it again.
Oh, what a great guy.
Turn your radio up, 'cause we are on.
Hands up, right, everyone. Hamish and Andy to drive you home, and Haim, a special 2-hour uncut edition.
This is our attempt, Ando, to clear a serious backlog that we have here at this show.
Con men beware. Con women. We're not
also,
sexist, we're going after you as well.
I firmly support the gender equality of blowing people wide open.
Yeah.
I will blow anyone wide open, man, woman or child. Just not members of this show, we have total amnesty.
Aston Marigold, of course, pop star in his own right, part of JLS, off X Factor in the UK. He's popping past. He has got a specific X Factor
Yeah.
blows something wide open.
Well, we said you can't come on the show unless you have something to blow wide open because every single moment of this show, between songs, every time we turn the microphones on, we'll be blowing things wide open, Ando.
Apparently he's going after another star that we all know.
Good. Like I said, no one's safe. No one's safe in what will be just forever known as Takedown Fest 15. Because I feel like a bloody lion who's been watching a very, very small enclosed pen of
criminals.
No, antelopes.
Oh, sorry. That are up to no good.
That are up to no good.
Yeah.
Shady antelopes.
Yeah,
and finally I'm allowed in there. And I'll just be racing around the pen trying to bring down as many as I can this afternoon, Ando. If you've known the show before, when I blow something wide open, I relentlessly uncover a truth.
Yep.
And the unfortunate thing is so many have been sent in to me.
Yep.
So many that a few weeks ago I pledged I just got to do a whole show. Got to do a whole show uncovering these things because there's too many cases coming in.
You even sent me out today, Ham.
Send you out to do a little
cases.
Do a little street investigating. Now, look, if you've not heard the segment Blow Something Wide Open, this is where I do rapidly try to expose injustice.
Yep.
And injustice and non-justice. All three.
Villains, crooks,
I hate them.
cat burglars,
I absolutely hate them, man.
dog burglars.
Yeah, canary burglars. If you catch a dog stealing a cat and then someone stealing both of them, I'll blow that open.
Yeah.
Haven't yet. I have not got one of those yet.
No.
Haven't got that scalp yet. But Ando, sometimes I investigate the cases myself. Sometimes,
Really?
sometimes people send them in.
Yeah, and often you've been accused, not my words, but often you've been accused of padding too much at the start because
I
there's
knew
not
this would be a problem.
there's not enough substance to the issue that you're trying to uncover.
And I wondered if you would have the same gripe now that we're doing Blow Something Wide Open for the whole show today. This whole special Pants Off
I mean,
Thursday.
you said that you needed a whole show for it, so I'd imagine there'd be less padding before we actually get into.
And that's why I'm just like, you know what? Let's just do it. But let's make sure we're in the right vibe to do it first.
Yeah, sure.
This is it. And now it's time to blow things wide open and let justice flow. This is it. Yeah, it's time to blow. If you want truth, then just say yo. Crooks have been sneaking, peeping, Tom's peeping, and I for one think that's just not right. My will's not bending, the case is unending. I won't be stopped without a fight, so let's not wait, let's not stall or delay this. It feels great to finally be able to say all this. Let's roll up those sleeves and really get into it. I can't wait, cause now it's time to say this is it. Yeah, it's time to blow. Lots of things wide open, so enjoy the show. This is it.
Can we get into it?
We just have to blow the shit out of untruth, so here we go. This is it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Cause singing songs is fine, but justice must be done. This is it.
Because I would say...
Bang, 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 bang.
Okay, my point...
That's
can
my
we just stop?
justice laser. It's
Yeah, can we just...
a real
My whole point about padding... Again, I felt like we're going to try... This is still going. How long to go, Jack?
It's still got it's only halfway now. It's got a minute and a half to go.
I mean, can we get into it, or do we expect it to listen to this?
I mean, I just wanted to make sure.
Just be padding on this special show. This is it. Who's with me, guys? Cause if there's one thing I hate, it's f***ing lies. This is it.
Again, it's a family show.
Yeah.
It's a not only...
Yeah.
I mean, this could be perceived as padding, is my point.
Oh, okay. No, I just wanted to make sure.
This is it. The best show of the year. Criminals running and shaking it.
All right, let's go. We've got to go. We do demand a change. I was hoping we'd start.
In which case, no change.
You just rhyme change with change.
Yeah, I think at that stage I demanded a change, unless things were good, in which case no change.
Yeah, that's again not a rhyme.
Look, I just want to make sure you're 100% ready.
Yeah, we have to go to a song now.
Oh, we ran out. Well, I was ready to blow something wide open, but I promise after this song, we roll up those sleeves. And you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I have been sitting here. I can't be more ready.
Get ready, guys. It starts soon. All right, Ando. No more mucking around. Let's do it.
Yeah, sure.
You wanna?
I'm pretty ready.
I wanna.
Yeah.
Let's start blowing things wide open on this very special 2-hour Blow Something Wide Open show.
Stand back. She's set to blow.
Look out!
Fire in the hole. Hamish is blowing this wide open. Amazing.
He's done it again.
Oh, what a great guy.
Probably the biggest challenge I've faced for today, Ando, is making sure I bring the right cases to light. Because as you know, I'm swamped.
Yep. And if you don't know this segment, everybody, this is where Hamish concentrates on half-truths, quarter-truths, swindlers,
conspiracies,
white-collar criminals, blue-collar criminals.
No collar.
No collar. If your collar has a little bit of a trim on it.
You're a topless criminal trying to get around the justice system that way. I'll catch you. And I'll put a collar on you, mate, and it's going to be made of iron.
Yeah.
And the cops will probably get me because I don't quite have the authority to chain people up by their neck.
Fair evaders.
I'm going to let those slide. we got a lot of
Tomb Raiders?
A lot of the. Oh yeah, tomb raiding over fair evading. That's like my new cool saying. I'm trying to get catching on, like you know.
So you're going to concentrate on tomb raiders over fair raids. If someone was to fair evade on their way to raid a tomb,
I'd ping them for the first one. Ping them for the tomb raid.
Yeah.
But I would turn a blind eye to the fair evade. I'm not encouraging fair evade. I'm just saying. I know a lot of the people listen to this show travel on public transport and may have slipped up once or twice in their life, and I don't want to feel like they're excluded from the show.
Sure.
But Anna, what you're doing is padding, and I don't like it, and I'm not a fan because I've got a job to do today, mate. And I know it's Friday. I know it's a Friday for you, and your pants are off, and your feet are up, and you're having a frozen Coke, and you're having a good time. I'm at work.
I am actually having a frozen Coke.
I'm at work, and this is where I work.
Yeah.
And this is
well, I haven't.
Who's padding now?
I've seen you at work. I haven't seen you do the second thing very often.
This is where I work, and that's the best thing to do at work.
Can you give us a case? It's 20 minutes nearly into the show. It's meant to be exclusively.
Tempted to see how long I can run the clock down before mentioning case number one.
Okay.
And then let's not number them.
I think I know why someone doesn't.
Let's just say the next case is.
Yeah. So anyone tuning in may think they've missed 50.
So tuning in at 6:15 doesn't want to hear case number 3. 6:15. The next case. Would the bailiff bring forth the next case? And Noodle has hit us up, HamishAndy.com. That is where you can send your cases to Blow Something Wide Open. Don't bother, though, because I'm absolutely snowed under. Keep coming in. I think Noodle is an American. He or she doesn't give a gender. Is an American podcaster. I only know that because their phone number's listed as a 1. Okay. But this is a corporation that touches everyone. Sorry, +1.
+1 and more numbers.
Yeah, they're the first person to have a phone. I think it's Alexander Graham Bell's great-grandson, and he inherited the number. Nah, +1. Have we got time still to do this check, or should we go to a song? No, there'll be no more running the shot clock down, mate. Please, no more jump-ins. No more jump-ins.
My lips are seared.
I tell you who he wants to blow wide open. This is why I thought I'd start big. Yeah. Nike. Ever heard of them? Yeah, they're only the 4th biggest company in the world.
What we say to him is just do it.
Yep, that's the thing. We can't be scared of corporations in the Blow Something Wide Open game. You know what he wants to blow wide open? He said, look, the little left and right symbol on socks. Mm-hmm. Sometimes Nike sells socks that have an L and an R on the sock. So when you look down, a lot of the time you might have put your foot in the wrong sock. So you got an R on your left foot and an L on your right foot. I gotta say, I'm with him. He says, I've heard a very strong rumor from someone within the company that it doesn't mean anything. On some of the socks, it just doesn't mean anything. It's meant to make it feel more exclusive. Like you've got a tailored sock.
But they're exactly the same.
But they're a mirror image. They're just a neutral sock. One size fits all. You know, on this, if I'm going to make such a big accusation, I had to call someone at Nike to verify it. They asked to be put on a voice disguiser. This is what happened. Mr. X from the Nike Corporation, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Explain to me a little bit about your work, what you do, and your involvement in the Nike Corporation to prove to everyone that you do work for them.
Listen, I obviously can't say too much because I'm very, very high up at the corporation.
Be even more specific than that, mate. Really give us evidence.
I worked on the Air Max shoe for a long time, and then I spent some time developing the latest Jordans with Mr. Michael Jordan himself. I was obviously out of America. If you want to check it out, so it checks out.
So, is what this person's saying true? Does the L and the R mean anything for the left and the right foot, or can you just wear whatever sock you want on whatever foot?
Look, on some of the more advanced models, the L does suit the left foot. But I can tell you on the earlier editions of the sock, and on, I feel like about 50% of the socks you buy, those little letters do not mean anything. May as well mean loose and rigid.
This is an enormous bombshell. As you can hear.
Burn this audio immediately.
No.
Oh, you stood up to yourself.
Pardon?
Sounded a lot like you with the voice.
Ando, I'm trying to uncover a scandal here.
Yeah, and you're making up evidence on the very first one.
You're with me though, aren't you?
I
the
think,
left and the right is.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Yeah, I know. I just don't think you need to make up fake
Well, we're out
evidence.
of time. Out of time. Shouldn't have padded so much at the start. I don't be able to continue this. Ando, time for the next case. Now, we've been blowing things open ourselves, but maybe...
For the last 35 minutes.
Is it time? You know what I'm thinking?
Yeah, well,
it's time.
Too many from us.
It's time we throw it open of something we've never done on the show before, which is a chance for people listening now live. It's the People's Show. For people to be able to blow things wide open. A direct link from wherever they're driving along, sitting along, listening to the show, to tap into H quarters here and just get one out on the air and blow something wide open.
Are we going to give them access to the explosion sound effect?
Yes, that's probably the biggest special treat of the afternoon. Also, I thought I might give specific categories to kind of help jog people's minds. So I've written down a list of categories that you often find Blow Something Wide Opens fall into. I thought with your help, you pick the category.
Yep.
And we can blow stuff wide open. Okay. First category.
How many categories am I listening out for?
What would you like? What do you reckon? 3?
Okay.
2?
Sure.
3?
No,
I mean, I've written down, I don't know, 7 or 8. Misleading specials is a fairly big category that often happens. Can I, because I've just been blowing things open left, right, and centre all morning, all day,
heaps of them.
Can I just blow something wide open straight off the bat?
I've forgotten the count so far on the show.
Well, here's another one.
Okay.
To add to it, a girl called Laura just flicked us one saying, "Hey, I work at a grocery store. I've worked there for a year. The whole time I worked there, there's been a yogurt that has limited edition written on one of its flavours.
Yep.
It's been the same for the whole year, and it was already there when she started working a year ago."
Okay.
That's a classic misleading special.
Yeah.
Okay, that's category 1. Category 2, junior sports cheats.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's the front runner for me.
Category 3, deceptive restaurant practices.
Yeah, we've had a few
We
of
know
those
they
in the
happen.
past.
We know they happen. Category 4, sub $1 rip-offs. You can probably guess the next 2 categories. Category
Sub
5,
two.
$1.01 to $4.99 rip-offs. Category 6, $5 to $10 rip-offs.
I'd like to lock in number 2, please.
That's junior sports cheats. Okay, 13, 10, 60. Would you like to blow something wide open in the category of junior sports cheats? Can I give you a few more categories?
Yeah.
Lies from a so-called friend. Okay, so chance to uncover a friend.
Yep.
Schools playing us for fools.
Okay.
So that's if teachers have been mean, deceiving you.
Yep. Again, I'm still going to maintain just the
So just at the moment, junior sports cheats.
Junior sports cheats. If you should have been the victor of something out there and you got diddled by a cheat, no matter how long it was ago, blow them wide open right now.
I mean, do you want any more categories?
No.
Are you just choosing one?
Yeah. 13, 10, 60, that
All
one
right,
category.
junior sports cheats, if that's all we're going for.
Yeah.
You have the option to do multi-category here.
No, just the...
Okay, well, I hope we get enough, mate.
The entire show today is dedicated to blowing things wide open, Ham.
And just conspiracies and lies and cheats are falling like flies around us, and
Yeah.
I've lost track of how many things we've uncovered.
So far.
So have you, I hope.
Yeah.
And Jack, we've even got a special... What we're about to do here is People's Choice. So 131060, I gave you a selection of categories. 131060, people were calling in. You selected junior sports cheats
Yes.
as the arena you would like to see things blown wide open. Cover-ups that have maybe stuck around for too long.
Blow something wide open. People's Choice.
Happy with that?
Yeah, it was great. I didn't know it was coming, but it really is nice.
Yeah, no, I got them done this morning.
It's kind of my choice.
Well, I mean,
But the category definitely is people choosing.
well, people are choosing what to say to us.
Yeah, that's
We're not people aren't ringing up and like we text them a script. I mean, Michael.
Well, what do you choose to say to us, Michael?
Michael, you've made the choice to speak.
Well, boys, listen, when I was back in primary school, we were pretty proud to get certificates, and I just got I did an achievement in swimming, and I was looking forward to picking up my certificate. There's a kid in the school with the same name as me, except the middle name. He doesn't swim, but he felt it was okay to go up and pick up the certificate while I'm standing there looking at him going, well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So, there's a check for you.
That's huge, Mike. That's a great blow something wide open.
What's his full name, Michael?
Michael John Barnes, and mine was Michael James, and yeah, so you can
MJB.
see how the mistake could be made.
No,
right?
it wasn't a mistake, mate. He was going after your certificate.
No, that's a cover-up. How long ago was this, Mike?
Oh, God, too long to remember, man. I'm in 1970s.
I hear it, man.
Yeah.
Sleep easy now.
It's all right. It's not a cold case. We will open that one.
We
straight
reheated
back
that
up.
one. Jason, you've made the people's choice to call up. What would you like to say?
Ahoy, gentlemen.
Ahoy, Jason. Welcome to this very
I was,
special blow something. Yeah, you go for it.
You there?
Yeah, no, we're here. Go ahead, Jason.
No, I was playing grand final and
Hang on, you're breaking up a bit there, Jason.
Sorry, Jason,
Someone's trying to tap your phone, I reckon, and stop this justice being done.
I know, mate. It's him trying to get back.
Yeah, we'll leave Jason there. That's the,
I mean, it's not that we needed the numbers. Absolutely not that I needed the numbers for the Blow Something Wide Open show. Luke, what do you got?
Hello. Ahoy.
Ahoy, Lukey.
Hey, so I'm a high school teacher, and a number of years ago, I was the timekeeper at the school sports carnival.
Yep.
So that means that me and a bunch of other teachers, we had a stopwatch each,
Yep.
and whenever there was a race, we would time the runners. But any time that maybe if I missed the gun or someone missed the gun, the times get mixed up. So the first place runner would have a longer time than maybe like the third or fourth place runner.
Yeah.
So we would just switch the times to put them in order. Like they weren't the actual times that they ran.
Good on you for coming forward. Very rarely do we have people blowing a whistle on themselves on this show.
And you've probably lost your job, Luke, but that's fine.
Well, I lost my job as timekeeper, I think.
Okay,
Move on to something else.
True. Wasn't probably paying the bills anyway, so probably the other teaching you're doing is more important. Todd, you got a junior sports cheat you'd like to blow wide open?
Yeah, I do, boys.
This is great. I mean, huge, first of all, huge thrill to be able to blow something wide open on the show.
Oh, absolute thrill to me.
Yeah.
Highlight of my life.
Yeah, good, Todd.
I'll enjoy it, Todd. Soak it up
Not
and
a leading question
let
at
it
all.
rip.
When I was in about year 2, we were doing cross country and we had to go, our lap was around the school.
Yeah.
And we got to the oval part and I was still about 200 metres in front of anyone else. And the kid coming second cut across the oval and he ended up beating me.
What's his name?
So, Brett Pullen.
Brett Pullen, probably these days still doing the amateur cross country Victor's public speaking circuit.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised.
He just rubs that. He'd have to have that ribbon on the mantle.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if you go to his Facebook page now.
Yep.
All his gigs are cancelled this weekend.
Yeah.
Now that you've exposed him for the cheating,
He
it's
would
great work, Todd.
He would have that feeling now, what you see in some films where they walk outside and just look around and everyone knows that they're onto you.
Everyone's staring at him. He'll move cities at least, probably countries. But you've done the right thing, Todd. That's what blowing something wide open's all about.
Haim, earlier today, obviously to the whole of today's show, to blow something wide open special.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Special
It is.
edition.
And it's been a passion of mine for a little while to blow things wide open, to uncover scandals. You know, people running going, I wanted low sodium soy sauce at a Chinese restaurant. I looked out the back and they were just putting normal soy sauce in the low sodium soy sauce containers. That's a real life case that I haven't even got to today. And I'm swamped.
You are swamped.
Swamped with cases like this. HamishAndy.com if you've got any though, keep them coming in. So I'm sitting in my office all the time just going, which pile of over 1 million cases do I hit first? And I spend most of my day in the office scared of the piles. Sometimes it stops me even getting into the cases, mate.
You asked me in.
Keep them coming in. HamishAndy.com.
You asked me into your office today.
Yep.
You wanted a word with me.
Yeah.
And you wanted to recruit me because we've got a huge undertaking to blow things wide open today.
And I'm just one man. So here it is. Here's the nerve centre. Welcome to Blow Something Wide Open headquarters.
Seems like the nervous centre because
Now,
I think you're nervous you don't have enough for 2 hours.
I know you have been wanting to gain access to the inner sanctum for some time.
Not really.
And you're nearly ready. You're nearly ready.
Okay.
You're nearly ready. But before you get to operate here, in the HQ with all the files and the, you know, all this stuff.
The phone's not connected, yeah.
You got to prove yourself, boy. You don't get to make a general without serving some time in the trenches.
Sure.
There's a couple of local scams that are going down that I don't have time to get out and investigate.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
There's one over at the Vietnamese bakery.
Yeah.
Now, apparently you can get a bacon and egg roll and a coffee in a combo deal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But that offer finishes at 11 o'clock. What's the time right now? It's past 11 o'clock. I want you to go and sniff around there and see if you can get it after 11, because I've heard rumours you can.
Okay. What, is that it?
No?
Okay.
So go record that though, but don't be obvious.
Sure.
Just sniff around, play it cool.
Yep.
I've heard from several accounts that the whole 11 o'clock thing is just a flat out lie.
Okay.
Second of all, you know Noodle World?
Yes.
I've blown them open before.
We have.
I blew them open before because they mysteriously closed one day. And it was I found out later it was too hot that day.
You realise we can't just do local things. This means nothing to
Andy, I can't get out of the office right now. I'm flat out organising all the other cases for the show.
Sure.
I want you to go down to Noodle World, sniff around.
Why?
Good question. I've heard whispers that if you buy a make-your-own noodle box with the exact ingredients, same ingredients as the Singapore fried noodles, comes out cheaper than the Singapore fried noodles they've got on the board.
Yeah.
So you go down there, very, very casually, sniff around, and custom build a Singapore fried noodles. Don't let them know what you're up to.
Sure.
Just see what the price comes out at.
Okay.
Now get the hell out of here.
Sorry. I'm out of here.
Good luck.
Thanks, mate.
Good boy.
Straight after this, I did. Took hidden mic, I went in. I was wearing a wire ham and I went in and tested out these theories.
And don't think I wasn't back here sweating bullets. Knowing I had a man out on the street on assignment, possibly blowing open 2 giant scandals within 100 metres of our building.
Get the explosive sound effect ready, Jack.
And normally it's just one segment a week, but I've just got such a bloody backlog at the moment with so many incredible cases coming in that I thought we're going to have to do a whole show.
Set me out on 2 today.
I needed I'd heard a couple of local whispers, because you've got to fight crime. It's sort of like Scotland Yard. Yeah, they investigate, all over the world. But also, if there's a parking garage next door ripping people off, of course they'll have a go. Very, very similar to the way I run Blow Something Wide Open.
Yeah.
I send you out investigating 2 local injustices I had heard whispers of. One,
let's start with the Vietnamese bakery.
Vietnamese bakery, I'd heard you can get a coffee and bacon egg roll combo, but they cut it off at 11. So they're trying to make you get in early.
Mm-hmm. And you said to me,
I had heard whispers that a lot of people were getting this combo 1, 2, 3 p.m.
So I wore a wire and I went down there at around about 2 p.m. to suss it out.
Hey guys. Nothing much. Nice Vietnamese bakery you got here. Yeah, have you ever been? No. I just saw there's a special out the front, a breakfast special. It's got can I get a bacon and egg roll and a coffee? Is it the special?
Yeah, that's a special, but it's only before 11.
Can't get it after 11?
Still, but it won't be $7 though.
It won't be $7. So yeah, there's no bending on that. After 11, it's not $7.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks very much, though. I'll come before 11 tomorrow.
No worries, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Is there a chance he saw your wire?
No, he did not see. He didn't see the wire, mate.
Well, you've got me nothing.
Well, no.
Well, there's no...
It is important to uncover that it is
No,
actually...
it's not. I don't want to hear about innocence. I need injustices to
So this
expose.
is the problem you have, and I suppose your position of never
Frame
checking
him.
the facts helps you out. But it did leave us to the other one, Ham.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I got to say,
this is-
look, on one hand, great. They're honouring their sign.
You said at Noodle World.
Then the other scam, well, not a scam, but the other whisper I'd heard around these parts was that at Noodle World, if you build your own Singapore fried noodles from scratch, so you kind of go and you go have the thin vermicelli, gives the prawns the...
Yep, build it.
It's cheaper. Someone had noticed or theorised that it was cheaper than just getting it straight off the board.
Now, what I did was a control. I went in, I ordered the Singapore fried noodles.
Off the board,
and then said, and I'll build my own. And then went on to do it. I should point out to everybody that Singapore fried noodles are $11 on the board.
Hi, Noodle World guys. The other two boxes I'm going to get a Singapore fried noodles, and I might make one more. I'll have some barbecue pork, egg, some carrot, capsicum, onions, bean shoots, spring onion, and some shrimp, vermicelli noodle, and sesame oil and Malay curry sauce. Thanks. That's actually a Singapore fried noodles. And the board says $11 each. How much is that? $22. Damn it. Wasted $22. All right, thank you. You better be reimbursing me, Blake.
So it's bang on 11. Is it 22 for both?
Yeah.
So it's exactly the same.
Yeah. So again, I don't get to play
Is
the
it
sound effect.
is it a scandal that there's no discount?
No. No.
Yeah.
Don't
I
put it in
think
there.
I think that might be.
No, we did.
There's absolutely no discount for a group. I mean, even Jack is
I
usually.
didn't feel good about playing that sound effect.
But I mean, isn't it when you buy something, you buy all the ingredients together, they can at least not charge you for the spring onions? It would be nice to see 10 or 20 cents off.
It's right.
So in a way,
we're clutching. It's anyway.
Well, good. I mean, good work on the streets, but you're not getting a promotion for that. You're not going to make general that way. When I told you, Andy, I was going to do a whole show of blowing things wide open, 4 till 6 p.m, 2 hours wall to wall, including songs and ads, but for the speaky bits, 2 hours wall to wall of just uncovering scandals and conspiracies and making the world a better place. He said to me, mate, I don't care what you do, just as long as you have heaps in there. I want quantity.
Yeah. Well, what I am surprised with is just how many we've got through in an hour and 15 minutes.
It's time for some more. Because I'm not done.
No, good.
And I think a lot of other radio shows, when they're done the quantity that we've done so far,
they go
would
home.
maybe just go, okay, guys, good fun, 45 minutes of just free time and dancing.
The music, yeah.
And not me,
We're gonna
because
get
I'm
going.
actually just getting warmed up. Well, I'm more than warmed up. I'm red hot, and I'm going love it when I can get a wind up out of Jack.
Yeah.
No, I'm red hot, and I'm going to continue at that temperature as
Great.
we get through.
Blow something wide open. Rapid justice.
Rapid justice round.
Wow, Ham. And now I understand that people should just be aware that blow something wide open means you're just going to find and uncover.
No, what do you mean, just?
No, you are going. Sorry, just
Say it like it's a piece of cake. Oh, sorry. We should just point out that CIA means that you're just uncovering all the terrorist spots and stuff in the world. Yeah. Very, very hard.
Yeah, well, that's
not what we're just
it is,
doing.
though. I just wanted to explain to you what it is.
Okay, well, I've just detected a sarcastic or a slightly condescending just in there.
Yeah, sure.
It's very, very hard. And if you're going to blow things wide open, I do a lot of it. I do a lot of the casework and the legwork myself, but I also rely on a web of informants.
Okay, great.
And sometimes they're celebrity informants. And for this Rapid Justice edition, I managed to talk to some of the biggest names in entertainment to find out some of the scandals that have been going on under the Australian public's nose.
Wow.
Sit back and just have your hat absolutely blown off by these scandals. Mr. George Negus, God, you've uncovered a lot of things in your life, but I sense that this is the biggest thing you've ever blown wide open.
I think it's my greatest contribution to Australian television, actually, mate.
Lay it on me, my friend.
When the program first started with a lot of fanfare and very, very low ratings, I decided that it was a bit stupid to wear coats and ties, suits and ties, all that sort of stuff in war zones jungles and deserts.
Yep.
So I had an epiphany in the middle of the night, and I decided I'd dress normally, so I decided to toss that idea away, and all hell broke loose.
So you're telling me that you, George Negus, on 60 Minutes were wearing casual clothes, flaunting a Channel 9 directive to wear suits in war zones. Have you ever revealed this tidbit before?
I waited until you asked. I thought eventually you would, so I was going to keep it for my memoirs, but this is better.
Consider it blown open, George. And as always, I do appreciate you coming to the very top when you demand ultimate justice.
Thank you very much, sir.
Keep fighting the good fight.
You too.
Is that Steve Jacobs?
Hello, Haim, how are you?
Yeah, really good, mate. Lay it on me, bro. What do you got?
It's just got to do with the weather. As you know, I'm the weatherman on the Today Show.
Yeah.
When I say fine on the weather, what does fine actually mean?
So you think you're cutting it out?
Well, I'm thinking of taking fine out, but I just need a replacement word, Haim. I'm just not exactly sure what to use, because fine could mean...
Possible.
Well, it could be fine sunny.
Yeah.
It could be fine, but it could be raining.
All right, so hang on. You're thinking of taking out the word fine from your weather. That I can blow open.
Blow it apart. And Haim, don't even get me started on Mostly Fine.
I hear you, man. Like, I would love to hang around and chat about Mostly Fine. We got so much other stuff to blow wide open you wouldn't even believe. But, yeah, great scoop. Thanks, man.
Blow it apart. That was a fine segment. Thank you.
Larry Emder, thanks so much for contacting me. You've got something to blow wide open?
Yeah, this is keeping me awake at night, and I'm hoping you can help me.
Yeah.
During one of the dances on the recent series of Dancing with the Stars, someone in the wardrobe department suggested that because of the cut of the pant, the shiny pant I was about to wear, that there was a visible underpant line, and I may have to wear a G-string. And,
oh, boy. Are you telling me and the nation right now that on national television you danced in a G-string?
No, it didn't happen. I couldn't, no. It was a suggestion, and it's a nightmare.
So I am blowing open the rumour that you wore a G-string, but you did not.
Correct. There is a very good chance that going around the Seven Network of Australia
There's
that I
potential
possibly, maybe,
for that
allegedly wore a G-string.
So for people that have heard that, that is incorrect. You wore briefs. Really good one. Really good one, Larry.
Really good one. I think you're just grateful that he participated, and when you get celebs to participate in a show, you have to say thanks.
That's
even
not
though
true at all, Andy.
they're
I was
serving
hanging up on celebrities left, right, and centre today. I only
C- material for replace something wide open.
You did say you just wanted quantity.
No, I never said that. You put that in my mouth. Those words in my mouth. Hey, he blew open.
I was going to say, no.
that we'd never heard of.
Oh, did you think that he was going to say he had to wear a G-string?
Yeah.
No. Very good story. Even better story, I thought,
when
that
he
didn't wear the G-string. But it's great to know
I
that
need
there
a
was
good one. I need something of substance.
I'm offended on behalf of Larry Emder. The rumour that he wore a G-string was worth blowing open.
Sure, can we have it slightly more...
Yeah, I got a cracker.
After this?
Yep. Don't jump in, though. Don't. I've got to get straight to the point on it.
If you've never heard this segment before, Hamish goes after crooks, criminals, villains, pyramid schemes, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. A pyramid scheme, a temple scheme.
Yeah, right.
Another form of ancient scheme.
Yep. Arms traders you'd probably go after.
I'm not keen on them.
No. Chronic liars.
Yep. Compulsive liars.
Compulsive liars.
If it leads to deception.
Bushrangers? Where do you sit on them?
Bushrangers, urban bushrangers.
Yep.
I got my sights set on you. They're the old guys you often see in the neighbourhood. Usually one per neighbourhood, an old bloke that wears, has a big beard, has an Akuba on, often wears shorts and Crocs.
Yep.
With bad toenail health. That's an urban bushranger, and I go after them.
If they're doing something wrong.
No, I'll trail them for an hour. I've never trailed one and not got something.
Oh, well, okay. Hey, people accuse you of padding because you actually don't have substance to blowing things wide open.
No, that's not fair, is it?
No, well,
let's talk about it.
Stand back! She's set to blow!
Look out!
Fire in the hole!
Hamish is blowing this wide open!
Amazing!
He's done it again!
Oh, what a great guy.
I can't tell you how much pressure there is on this one.
It's just the
cannot tell
padding
you.
thing hurts because
yeah.
Do you really think I'd be doing a whole show of blowing things wide open if I didn't have enough cases to see me through from 4 till 6 p.m. of a Friday, this beautiful afternoon, we're all enjoying together as best friends?
We're an hour and 25 minutes in.
Going
and
strong, I feel.
It's going very strong.
This is like a telethon, except we're sort of doing a little bit more for
we
the
said
world.
we wouldn't do a count, but you've done one so far.
Well, now, did we agree or not? We have blown open many things. We've blown open a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
What are you holding up there, Jack? Don't pass notes.
You've done one.
What's that?
We've had more, but you personally...
We have blown open a lot of stuff.
Sure.
And
there's 3 from callers that you didn't do. You sent me
Stop
on...
chucking around numbers because it you know what it does?
What?
It gives them the win. Gives the crooks the win.
No, it gives you a key performance indicator.
But here's something. I promise you, in the next 5 minutes, you'll see at least another scalp added to the pile of scalps I already have. And I would just be burning.
We've trimmed people's hair. I wouldn't say we've taken scalp.
All right, I'll give you a choice.
Okay.
What type of blow something wide open would you like, Endo?
A good one.
Would you like a politician?
Just a good one, mate.
Would you like a politician, a government, a chain of stores?
Yeah, chain of stores, please.
Okay, you've selected chain of stores.
Because you put your eyebrows up and said, please pick that one, mouth it to me.
This guy. Yeah, check the webcam if you don't believe me. I didn't do that. Go to hamishandy.com/webcam stream /archive /access granted. Ando.
God, there's no webcam.
This comes in.
We don't have a webcam.
This comes in. Check it. Happy for anyone to go and check the archives.
Yeah,
This comes in from a Truth Hunter.
I think it's down at the moment.
Truth Hunter Kettle McChip.
Okay.
This is so obviously using a fake name because they work at this chain. Now you wanted a chain of stores to be blown wide open. They work at a popular, large craft/textiles chainsaw store. Sorry.
Okay, yep.
Chainsaw.
Yeah.
They also sell balloons. They dispense balloons from the craft section of this store. Now, if someone comes in and they want a helium balloon, okay, they're allowed to ask the customer, do you want something called high float in it, which is like a snotty like substance you squirt into the balloon before you fill it with helium, and it coats the inside of the balloon and it keeps the helium in there for longer.
Oh.
But it's 50 cents extra. So if the customer goes, yeah, give me some high float, you're getting stung 50 cents a balloon. In actual fact, says my informant, they put the high float stuff in no matter what.
Wow.
Do you really mean that?
No,
Now that's big, isn't it?
It's something. Joining us in the studio, Aston Marigold. Thank you very much for joining us, mate.
Thank you for having me.
Earlier in the show,
relaxed man, even with pants on.
we've already heard Show Me earlier in the show. It's available for download now, mate. We loved it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Earlier on, you also recorded a couple of acoustics for us, which we're looking forward to getting to. Talk me through when, a song like Get Stupid, which we're about to hear the acoustic of.
Yep.
That is obviously a huge song out here.
Yes.
When songs begin to travel to other countries, is that something you're keeping an eye on as well?
Definitely. I think it's in terms of this is like the furthest possible point from where I'm from. So it's a bit so it's actually going to the other side of the world. Like it's literally there, and it's just mad that it's, it can just have that reach and people can relate to it, you know what I mean? Even though everyone's so far away. It's crazy.
Do you get a report through from iTunes or something going, hey, you've at least got a presence in 150 countries?
Yeah, literally, yeah, you can obviously find out who's playing what, where, and who's listening to it, social media now and everything. You can just see on Twitter now who's kind of listening to stuff as well, which is crazy.
Probably be the scientist down in Antarctica, probably dancing and doing experiments to get stupid. I mean, they're not stupid, they're the smartest people on Earth. But and that's why it's so fun for them.
That's how they get, exactly, that's how they
it's so ironic.
It seems also very much a radio thing these days to ask people to play covers when guests come on, and people are so excited, and you've got one coming up for us a little later on, which was very exciting. But have there been great artists covering this song, Get Stupid, that you know?
Do you know what I've seen? Who did I see? I saw some guy. Was it in here? The guys did. I can't remember what. I can't remember their name.
Naturally 7, the acoustic
Naturally
guys.
7,
I
yeah.
think we actually
and they did Get Stupid. I was just like, Nice.
Do you want to hear a little bit?
This is 7
got it.
guys just with their mouths doing the trumpets, the beats, and all the singing. This is on our show.
Invitation to the whole wide world. From your brother to your sister to your best friend's girl. Be groovy. No excuses. Everybody gets stupid.
Sick.
No need for instruments.
No.
You just saved yourself a bit of money. Attention band, you're sacked. I feel the guy I feel the most sorry for in that is there's a guy, I think he's doing trumpet, but it just sounds like he's doing a cheeky, like, one leg up fart the whole time. It's just a dum.
Aston, you played an acoustic version for Gets. You recorded this earlier, and let's get into it. More with Aston Marigold straight after this. Same as Nandy Pants on Friday.
Don't bring that bad day with ya. Leave it at the door. It's so cold, better get like it. I say it's foolish, so everybody gets stupid.
Pants on Friday, Hamish Addy driving you home. That was Get Stupid by Aston Marigold.
Yes.
A cover is coming up of Hotline Bling, which we're bloody excited, and Aston still joins us in the studio.
Aston, today is our Blow Something Wide Open show, and we'll get to yours in a moment.
Okay.
But you were on X Factor earlier in the week. Saw the performance. It was great. There's a bit during the performance you run at the judges and you jump on the desk.
Yes.
Do you run that past them before you do that? Because I feel like Danny was surprised.
I'm not sure they actually knew, and the show knew, because I was like, I should just tell them, because I do mad stuff anyway when I perform, but I was like, let me just tell the show just in case. But I don't actually think they told
the other team,
the judges.
Definitely a detected shock on Danny.
I know. So it was a bit like, you're here, you're close.
Okay,
You're
that's a prop. It's going to break.
Exactly, yeah, no. Luckily it was fine.
It was awesome. And also Hosier played. Now, I organised a meet and greet with Hosier.
He didn't.
For Andy last week.
He claimed it, but he didn't.
I know Andy.
I later found out that the record company came and said, did Andy want to catch up with him?
Andy's a big fan of Hosier. And I went, you know what, buddy? You're going to the gig. Why don't I pull a few strings, throw the influence around a little bit, and I get you backstage. And Andy and Hosier hit it off. And Andy's been talking all week about how they're best friends.
That's not true.
Did Hosier...
I mean, we didn't fight or anything.
Did Hosier mention
it was
Andy?
Just a pleasant chat.
Was he talking about Andy at all?
I actually didn't see him. Personally, I didn't see him, but I mean, I'm sure I've seen some Twitter stuff.
Why didn't you organise a meet and greet for Aston?
Do you want one? I'll organise it.
I mean, if you can, it'd be good.
Sammy, can you get me Hosier on the phone again, please, mate? Yeah, great. I'll organise you. You can have an early dinner, fish and chips with him tonight.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Promise.
There was also people may not know this, but there's also an Aston doll out there.
Yes.
You had an Aston doll brought out.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen any mistreatment of your doll? Well, the reason why we ask is Hamish and I have just released a box set DVD of every TV show we've ever done. It contains dolls of us, bobbleheads of us.
And they're very kickable.
And
you just look at the head and you go, that's so easy to kick.
I'm fearful of horrible things happening to adults. But have you ever seen the mistreatment of the Aston doll?
Yeah, a few times.
Has Aston doll ever visited the Barbie mansion?
What people do with their dolls in their spare time.
Okay, I mean, hey, behind the closed plastic doors of the Malibu mansion,
exactly.
Whatever Aston doll and Barbie get up to is their business.
That is their business.
But are you a little bit proud of Aston doll?
I'm very proud of Aston.
We're chatting with Aston Marigold, everyone. The new single is Show Me. You heard it earlier on in the show. It's available for download. Before we get to a cover of Hotline Bling by Drake, which you recorded for us earlier, which we're so excited to hear.
It's the Blow Something Wide Open show. I mean, I know you've been listening. We've been blowing things wide open all afternoon.
Yep.
We put it on you, and I hope it wasn't too much pressure, but to go, look, it can be music industry related. It could be like from X Factor the other night, something you saw, something that people wouldn't know.
It could be supermarket related though as well.
I mean, it could be anything.
It could be anything related.
You could be unhappy with some dim
Is there a
sims.
scandal? Is there an untruth or a quarter truth, half truth that you want to uncover?
This is kind of like X Factor, but back in the day
when
Danny was actually on the series that I did in 2008 in the UK.
Yes, blow her open. No holds barred for justice.
Yeah,
Justice can have no allies except the truth.
Justice is blind.
No. I love Danny.
Yeah.
But this was basically, at the time, obviously it's a competition, and you had a list of songs from whatever the week's theme might be, or, it could be...
Swing.
Exactly. Swing, best of
80s.
boy bands, exactly,
ABBA,
whatever it might have been. At the time, it was basically Take That Week. It was a Take That Week.
Right.
And the band I was in, JLS at the time, we had an audition song we'd already prepped for this was just like, I'll sing, guys. We just broke into the song. It was easy. We knew it.
Fantastic.
So for us, all the judges knew it. They'd heard us sing it before, stages through the competition. And Danny wasn't our mentor at the time. So obviously she got to pick first that week.
Yep.
So we were obviously thinking, take that week. Perfect.
Right,
We're done. We know the song.
That song already.
We already know it. Like, we smash it. Judges say they loved it. Then we got the list through basically that evening after it come to Danny. And we were like, where's Rule the World?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously then later finding out that Danny's taken the song, giving it to one of our artists at the time. And we were just like, please, like begging for this song. We didn't get the song, just so you know.
Minogue trickery.
Minogue trickery.
But that's how. So she was playing fierce over there.
But listen, she was fighting for her acts, which I have to fully respect. I was like, listen,
no apologies for blowing Danny Minogue wide open. We bloody loved it,
mate. It makes you realise that over there it's like the UN. Everyone poses for the photo, but there's so much backroom dealing.
See, there we go.
Who knows what Russia's up to?
Aston Marigold, thank you very much for coming in. People can pre-order the upcoming album Showstopper. It's released in January, but this is the cover you did for us. Hotline Bling, mate. Lovely to meet you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Aston.
You used to call me on my cell phone. Then now when you need my love, you know when the other bitch, you only need one thing. You used to call me on my cell phone.
It's Pants Off Friday. Hamish and Andy. Aston Marigold performed that for us. He recorded it earlier today. Bloody exciting to have him on the show.
Really good. Every time you hear that song, you just go, it just wouldn't sound the same if you did the Australian version. It's going, you used to call me on my mobile. Does work well.
Hey, Ham, we should point out people can go to hamishandy.com. And if they go and check out the film now, add Honey, you're in it. Portia de Rossi's in this film. You go there, check out the film this weekend, because you'll need some knowledge for a comprehension test on Monday.
Register at hamishnanny.com. We could be calling you on Monday and asking you one question about the film to prove that you saw it. And if you answer that correctly, boom, you and a friend are flying to LA and watching a taping of the Ellen DeGeneres Show.
Pants Off Friday, Hamish Eddie driving you home.
So many, and the whole show have been blowing things wide open. 13-10-60.
Your chance to use the sound effect right now.
People, we're running late, but I don't want to cut off this window of justice for people. 13-10-60.
And that poor guy whose phone was breaking up earlier on during the school.
During junior sports cheats.
I mean, we were trying to get him back on, but he's been taken down by whoever cheated back in his school days.
Mate, so many coming in. Just a quick international one has come in during the show, right? This is from Lee, okay? Overseas watching a busker perform in Amsterdam. Breakdancing group comes out, starts warming up, does the whole breakdance for the crowd. Everyone's like, oh, incredible. One of the guys goes around with the hat. The first guy they go to get money from the crowd, he pulls out a €10 note, makes a big deal of it, and all the buskers are like, oh, this guy understands, we're doing this for our job.
Yep.
Everyone's cheering this guy with the €10 note. He puts it in, kind of inspires the crowd to all be like, oh, okay, I don't want to look cheap in front of that guy that gave €10. The person, Lee, watching this, watched everyone give money, then disperse. The guy that gave the €10 hangs around, gets his €10 back at the end.
We're blowing open buskers.
That's a biggie. Now, that's international, and again, I say I will not hesitate going offshore to blow things wide open, but just be careful.
When you said international, I was hoping like a big multinational
we don't know how
corporation.
We don't know how big this breakdancing group is, Ando, but just goes to show, if you're watching buskers and you think to yourself, well, I'm feeling guilted into donating here, just hang back a bit. It's a great scam to uncover.
Lachlan, last one of the show. I'm not sure how much of the show you followed today, but we've got through very little.
Ahoy, gents.
Ahoy, Lock.
Ahoy, Lock. You just joined the ranks of the multitude of people that are blowing things wide open. You might be the last blow wide open of the show because we are running out of time.
I'd love that. Well-known milk producing company in Australia.
Yep.
They market a milk, barista's milk for all the coffee aficionados out there.
Right.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yep.
Exactly the same as 2% milk.
lovely one to finish on.
That's exactly what this segment is for. No, Locke, you're right up there with some of the best, but God, we've had some brilliant ones today, and that, a bit of misleading packaging is a lovely way to finish the Blow Something Wide Open show. Sorry to everyone we didn't get to. We might have to
Thank you for declaring Monday show.
We might have to do like a big day out, a multi-festival, like a giant event over the summer holidays. We're on different stages, different people are blowing open different categories.
You can go and listen to them.
A Blow Something Wide Open, we just do a few live.
Yeah, we certainly won't do that, but
we don't know.
HamishDanny.com for anything you may have missed. If you've got any other Blow Wide Opens that you want to send in, of course the segment will continue. Don't need them, but do send them in.
I hardly made a dent in the stack today, guys, despite the fact we did the whole show. And I keep them going in, HamishDanny.com, none of the ones we did today, please.
We also should point out, Ham, that we did a release last night or the day before, our DVD box set Traxedo edition, including bobbleheads.
Collectible bobbleheads. Everything we've ever done. Gap Years, Caravans of Courage, Reminiscence,
Learn India.
All the different shows we've ever done in this box set, and with 2 bonus bobbleheads at JB Hi-Fi.
Yeah, absolutely. You can go get that. We will catch you Monday, everyone.
Have a great weekend.
Haim, getting towards the end of the show, but it's not too late for you to take out the truth laser, get out your microscope and try and take down con men.
Don't need a microscope, and I need a telescope today. I'm taking down a long-range target.
Really?
Yeah. I barely see him with the microscope. And this is the segment. And if you're listening on Friday, that was the whole show.
Yep.
I tried to do a whole show to blow things wide open because they've got so many cases. Absolutely snowed under.
Yep.
Don't need any more at HamishDandy.com. Keep them coming in. Don't need them because I was trying to escape the giant backlog of cases we had.
Gangsters you'll take down?
I'll take them down so hard.
Pranksters?
Gently.
Okay.
I'll take down gangsters hard and pranksters gently.
Tax evaders?
I'm going to let them slide. Small time. Mum and dad tax evaders.
What about tax avoiders?
If you're big time, if I see the word Caymans, I'll have to take you down.
Backstabbers?
Sure, don't like that.
Yep, front stabbers.
Of course, front stabbing's assault.
Side
stab is also assault. There is no place on the human body it is legal to stab a person.
You'll take
because almost every stab is non-consensual.
Plagiarizers?
Yeah. Not a fan. Certainly stabbings are over that. But I don't have a stabbing. I don't have a human assault to take down Fernando. I've got 1.5 cases to take down.
Sure.
So I don't have time to... You normally just muck around a lot at the start. Blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to do my job. And that was actually the only bit of critical feedback for the show on Friday was that you were messing around too much and not letting me get to the cases to
I didn't hear that.
Put criminals in my justice vice.
Yeah, right.
So if I could just get you to zip it for 1 second.
Stand back! She's set to blow!
Look out!
Fire in the hole! Hamish is blowing this wide open! Amazing!
He's done it again!
Oh, what a great guy.
Jack, get ready with a very, very quick, short explosive to blow.
I think he's only got the one, mate.
Well, Jack, I always tell you to be ready in case I blow 2 things open in one segment. Yep, you got it? Guys, this is sloppy explosives handling.
By the time you get to
Well, I'm going to be very, very quick. All right, see how you go. This is from Ben. Hey, and blow this open. Rum and Coke in nightclubs is actually rum and Pepsi. No proof, but I'm super suspicious. Now, that's a halfie.
That is a halfie.
That's a halfie to let Ben know that I've blown open the notion of investigating that.
Can you just bring up ones that are true? Like, the only time you've...
That's a hot lead.
The only time...
Not a bad idea for a new segment, Jack. See me after the show, we'll talk about it. Hamish Blake's hot lead. Leading into a blow something wide open.
I feel more sorry for Jack in these moments because Jack has to actually sit around after the show and talk this stuff.
Here's the case.
My point is the only time you've ever investigated anything...
hot lead.
Or taken a hot lead.
Yeah.
The 2 you sent me out on.
Yep.
Both of them weren't...
No, they weren't hot leads. They were whispers. The two missions I sent you out on Friday were just hot whispers.
Yep.
That's a hot lead from Ben. Appreciate it, mate. Keep them coming in. HamishDanny.com. Don't need them. Ando, this is why I needed the telescope. Here's one from England. Now, I know we are a colony of the mother country, but I'm not scared to shoot the hand that feeds us with a truth laser.
Wow.
This comes from Anonymous. I'm from England, a huge fan of the podcast, especially when you take down wrongdoers, etc., etc. Congratulations on Friday's show. It was outstanding. I think I added that bit. I was going to say, I think. I can't show you these emails. This is the genuine bit, though. Huge case for you to blow open. I was in a relationship with an X Factor Live finalist. Okay, from England, the England version of the show. So this only relates to the English version.
It's a bigger version, to be honest.
Huge singer there. 2008, this person was a finalist. Now, on the results show, when they allegedly sing live to kind of get finalised, they lip sync it, and apparently they do this to see how the contestants will cope lip syncing in future performances if they were to succeed in the industry.
They tell them that.
Anonymous has done. I don't know if she got in a relationship with this person against her will to prove. I don't know if she was just was sleeping with the enemy to get me this dirt, or whatever she or he has done. They have brought us that incredible tidbit. You were about to clap. Were you about to clap?
Yeah, and I pulled out.
Give me my frigging clap. That's an order. And I very rarely will give you a direct order. Why did you pull out?
The hands are getting further apart.
Why fake a clap? Give me a dummy clap. You've got to admit that's a good blow wide open. That's a huge scandal. That's got celebrity, romance, England, dates, TV
I was
shows.
Shocked it had something. So then
What do I have to do to get a clap?
I think repeat performance. I think
First I give you Ben's hot lead about the Coke, the Pepsi and rum, and now this X Factor thing, and still just the tips of your fingers touched each other, but you pulled out of the clap.
Thank you for being with us today.
An almost applause-worthy show. Maybe by the end of the week we could get to a level where there could be warranted applause.
A day where we did send someone along to go and see Ellen DeGeneres' show live in New York because the new film, Now Add Honey, is in cinemas at the moment. Portia de Rossi stars in it, Ham.
It's in LA, but I'm not pulling it up on anything.
Pardon?
You said New York, but
Did I say New York? Sorry.
End of the show.
No
Just in
clap.
case we legally had to go and move Ellen's whole show to New York and send someone over
LA,
there.
absolutely, LA. HamishAndy.com for anything you may have missed. The podcast is there as well. We'll catch you tomorrow.
Have a lovely night.
Ham, we don't have a lot of time. And I know
That's okay, Matt. I don't need it.
Normally like to jump straight into it.
Yeah, I mean, I am here. If you've not heard this segment before, I blow something wide open. I am here to deliver justice. You know how sometimes people will be firm but fair? I'm very, very firm, but sometimes unfairly firm because I don't flinch.
Well, no, you don't research. I reckon that's where the unfair bit comes in.
I would view that as flinching. In my law school, showing your target that you're digging down and, you know, that they've got you on the run, that's a flinch.
Okay.
So it's best to, if you think you've got the data, just lunge straight in there and prosecute someone for an injustice they've committed against society. And today it's local. You could be driving past this offender right now.
Wow.
Because they're roadside. It's a roadside offender. So they have set up a base close enough to the road to just scorn you with their lies and even sometimes seduce you into their trap.
Ooh.
Stand back! She's set to blow!
Look out!
Fire in the hole!
Hamish is blowing this wide open. Amazing.
He's done it again.
Oh, what a great guy.
Okay. Ham, you seem like you really...
No, so I'm just having to think about how angry I am.
Yeah. Looks like you're looking for one.
So angry.
Yeah.
No, got it. No, I've got it. Got my anger. I know that might have sounded like I found the email. What I meant was I've captured the fury required to prosecute these scoundrels.
Having studied this all day.
Having thought about this non-stop and weighed up the pros and cons of prosecuting a wrongdoer in the midst of our world.
Now, do you want me to talk while you go back to looking for it? Or?
Sorry, I'm not looking for it. I'm just, again, my head is hung low with how angry I am at these people.
Okay.
I need you to hand a laptop over, Jack. I'm well and truly capable enough to prosecute my own cases. Work on your own cases, mate, if you've got other ones you can investigate.
I sent you this one for the emails.
Get out. You're sacked. You're so lucky that I don't blow you wide open, Jack, that you have immunity.
Stay, because we definitely need him for the news.
And I had come across this in the files. It's from Matt the Truth Eagle bio.
From Jack.
Bio, okay, yep. I won't give the state he's in, but it looks from the photo like it could be New South Wales. He travels past a car wash almost every day, okay? He travels past it at varying times of the day. He doesn't say why his schedule varies. Maybe he is on a rotating shift.
He might just be a courier. I'm not sure if it matters.
He could be a courier. Yeah. Let's think about other jobs he might have. No, we don't have time. We've got to kick it in. We've got to kick it along here. So we don't know why he travels along at different times of the day, but he does, and that's important.
A franchise car park or a car wash or the same?
No, the same car wash.
Just a singular.
So I'll draw the picture a little bit for you here. One of these places going, hey, we hand wash your car, free coffee with every hand car wash. And you look at it and you go, we're not falling for that.
Yeah, exactly.
You've built it into the price of the car wash. We're not idiots. Yeah. It's $65 for a car wash. Thanks a lot for giving us a coffee that cost you 30 cents in your Nespresso.
Yeah.
We're not falling for any of that. Anyway, so that's the kind of guys you're dealing with. But out the front, he says, look, I've driven past these guys on at least 10 occasions. He says he's personally conducted reconnaissance. He drove past this location last Friday. And out the front of the car wash, they say, happy hour. Right? There's a happy hour. Car wash, come in for a discount.
Okay.
He drove past last Friday several times. The sign was up for a happy hour for over 4 hours. Now, incorrect labelling of discount hours is one thing that really gets up my nose. And if you're up there, I'll blow you out with dynamite. And that's what I've done, Ando.
Did it name the car park or?
Doesn't actually have it in the picture. Just keep an eye out, guys. Next time you see a happy hour car wash, just know that
it could be longer than an hour.
It's obviously not a deal that's hurting them too badly if it's up for more than 4 hours.
Thank you for being with us today.
No, thank you, because it was a pleasure to be here and shine a truth laser on a big issue like that.
Ham being a Monday?
Being a Monday, Ando, I know we've got a lot of nug-raid situations to look after, but maybe the people involved in double-crossing and scamming and skullduggery in the world thought they might get a day off.
No.
From the justice lasers that shine brightly from the eyes of my truth eagle, Ando, as I try and uncover scandals and scams, ne'er-do-wells and wrongdoers.
Absolutely. Rustlers, hustlers, and
bustlers. If you're bustling somewhere because you're late, I'll let you go. But it is time to blow something wide open, Ando.
Yep.
And in fact, today, I'm going to need a little bit of help.
Stand back! She's set to blow!
Look out!
Fire in the hole! Hamish is blowing this wide open! Amazing!
He's done it again!
Oh, what a great guy.
Now, Ando, you know the situation with me in blow something wide open cases. Usually, just my inquisitive nature is enough. And I'm walking around the street, and I'll see things that don't seem to add up. Like a good cop that knows how to dig a little bit deeper. 5,000 people might have passed something, but it takes the trained eye of me to look at it and go, that doesn't seem right.
Going off gut.
And I'll start investigating and I'll start chasing up leads. That's usually how it happens. Other times, people send them in.
What's this week?
People send them in and they go on a giant pile on my desk because I have too many files. Too many things coming in. I'm absolutely snowed out. It's a health hazard. I had Susie drop past my desk the other day and say, we need to pull that pile down, mate, because it's OH&S. It's a real problem because you have a 9-metre stack on your desk of files to be investigated because I'm just one man.
Yeah, exactly.
And I said to
9 metres tall?
Yeah.
High ceilings here.
Well, my office got renovated for justice provisions and I got the ceiling extended upwards. And I said, look, Suze, I wish I could stop, but they're just pouring in by the day. So I do not need more cases, 100%. But
send them in.
Send them in. HamishAndy.com. If you've got a case, don't just send generic ones off the internet. Send real ones that you've
Is
noticed.
this one of the ones that you talked about from your gut doing your own?
This is from a this is a sent in one.
Surprise.
This is one that's been
for
sent
the
in
52nd week straight.
Probably not straight. But maybe, and I do encourage and I do love all the activities and the help of my truth lieutenants that are out there, the truth tenants. And this is from Lindsay. And this is where, I said I need a little bit of help. This is where you might come into it, mate. Because it's once the cases hit my desk, they're either definite prosecutable cases that I've got evidence for, or they're just hot leads.
Yep.
This could be
a hot lead.
This could be a hot lead. Okay. Lindsay writes in and goes, yo, Hayne, I know you got a lot of cases to blow it open. This probably won't see the light of day, but just in case you get to it.
Amazing she knew. I mean, you don't really...
Everyone knows how many cases I got. So everyone knows you're almost no chance to get touched by the investigative powers of me because I'm too stretched.
Yeah.
She goes, am I the only one that's suspicious of the Apple Store? So, okay, here we go. The world's biggest company. Do I have the guts to take them down? Yes, I do. Whether it be a Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. or a 7 a.m. on a Saturday or whatever, that place is always packed. My theory is, this is Lindsay saying this, they're hiring customers to seem more exclusive. Okay? I suggest you send Andy off to investigate further.
Okay.
Really good suggestion, Lindsay, because when I get a hot lead, I can't go out and about because people know my face as a world-famous detective.
Yep.
You're my undercover man.
Sure.
Here's what I want you to do.
Yep.
Put 2 or 3 microphones on your body, get a hat with a camera in it, go down to the Apple Store on a Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. And 7 a.m. on a Sunday, and just sniff around a little bit, ask a few questions, chat to a few customers, see if they are being paid to be there.
I'm not doing that.
Don't make a big fuss. Just sniff around.
I'm making zero fuss.
It's just a gentle
I'm not
sniffing.
fussed at all.
Just go out there and sniff for an hour
I'm
or
not
two.
Sniffing.
Bring your results.
My nose is closed. I'm not sniffing.
I just want it to be a small sniff.
No, there's no sniffing. Yeah. I don't know why you're looking at me still. I don't know why you even played the ad break. It's just, this is not happening.
So it's a flat out no. So a hot lead goes unsniffed.
Cold. It's a cold lead now. It's dead cold.
Do you still want
freezing.
the explosion?
Well, I can't explode anything, Jack, because I've got an uncooperative lieutenant.
Well, how can you explode anything anyway? I mean, I
could have exploded with excitement that you were heading out to do 2 separate
it's
sniffs.
It's not an explosion of excitement.
All right, I got a really quick one then from Tobias.
No, go.
Oh, Jack, truth!